Okay.
Okay. Hi, hello. Welcome to YabYap or something. The podcast without an intro. Today we have Sawa on. Sawa, introduce yourself because God help us.
Hello there. I am the evilest VTuber that ever VTubed. I am Sawa-sama. Is that good?
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's better than mine. Who is Sawa? What is a Sawa?
Oh my gosh. Sawa's evil. And I like playing tricks. I'm in my basement. Making memes. Yeah.
Oh, okay, Sawa. Next topical question. Who is your oshi and then why? Explain now.
ER. And it was an accident. I didn't know he was gonna become a VTuber. I just liked his content, and I was like, oh, you know what? Yeah, done. He's evil. He should be my
So you're still using the cover oshi. You don't want to disclose your real oshi, I see.
Oh, you want my real oshi? That's the one that's like born of VTubedom?
Yeah, the one you want to push? Yeah, your oshi, your kami oshi, because everyone's harlotson now, and they have multiple. So you have to use that phrase. Even though there was controversy where people are using kami oshi for multiple people, so now it means nothing. But who is your kami one oshi, the VTuber oshi, right?
I don't really have anyone like that. I'm not really big on oshis in general. I kind of treat it like it's just creators that I respect. If I had to pick one, like gun to the head, Tenma.
Why would that be?
Because she's a true gamer. She tries really hard. Sometimes she succeeds. But she's a very good content creator. And I respect her.
Anything about like her personality besides gamer? Because I know she's like very, like, stands up for herself and will like slap chat and then like, you know, do the banter back and forth. Is that what like
she has good banter.
you like about her?
She's fun. And she seems like she can hold her own.
Are you ready to move on to like the long list of questions that's average for everyone apparently?
Yeah, but they asked you to ask me stuff, didn't they? Cowards! Couldn't ask me yourself, huh? Baka. Okay, I'm ready.
I'm the only coward here because I can never think of questions, so I use others to make it an easier job.
Okay, shoot.
How do you deal with growth as a content creator and audience that comes with that? Both in the amounts and the types of people who might show up.
Very interesting question. You would have to... How do you deal with growth? I guess you have to deal with the idea that it's most likely if you keep doing this as like a consistent thing, you're gonna end up growing an audience. You have to court an audience that you can live with, I guess. If that makes sense. So
yeah,
you have to gatekeep. It's as simple as that. And anybody that says they don't gatekeep is a fucking liar. They gatekeep. It could be as simple as having a model that only a certain group of people would like. Or like having lore that a certain group of people would like. And that kind of stuff. Like all of it is in the interest of getting or garnering a specific audience.
What about the people that purposely pick the most appealing, like, avatar and, like, the most appealing everything? Technically, they're trying not to gatekeep, right? They're trying to take in as much as they can.
Well, them being a VTuber, I don't... See, that's what I don't get. Like, you're already segmenting yourself off if you become a VTuber. There's only so many people that want to watch a VTuber in general. I think the ones that are trying to, like, court everybody, good luck. I think a lot of those people, it's either... Notice how it's always people who have already technically made it in the industry that are trying to, like, garner a wider population. But when it comes to, like, the little chubas like myself, I have a very specific... Me personally, I have a very specific group that I want to get at. And, I'm not for all audiences and definitely not for all ages, so...
So, like, with your growth, has it, like, made you not want to do certain things or, like, related things? Because you're just gotten too big and you're afraid it'll make you too bigger quickly?
It's not that in here. It's that there are stuff that I want to do that an audience, a big audience, one of you, I know one of you, is not gonna like what I do and could have the potentiality of flagging me and causing YouTube to get upset. And that's why I'm trying to protect myself. Just like on Twitter, I block people that I think would flag me. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
I don't do it. I don't do it because, like, I want to do it. I do it as a protective measure.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've muted
myself
and blocked
my
people
sanity. Yeah.
that I knew would just be a problem down the line. Not because I'm like,
Yup.
grr, I hate you, ugh, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
no thank you.
They'll go, yeah, they're not gonna like Hood Sour. I go, they're not gonna like... They're not gonna like me or my content, so I'm just gonna... bye.
Look, hopefully you don't end up like Broline and accidentally show a dick on screen and get banned.
No, I never do that. I'm not a doctor or a nurse or whatever.
About the spicy vians, but I guess you have to put the spicy patch in.
I put the... They don't show the peener. Do they?
Some of them.
What?
Some of them.
No! Whatever, it's for educational purposes.
That doesn't work, supposedly.
It does! It does!
I guess it has to be a non-educational purpose disguised as an educational purpose and not an actual educational purpose.
But yeah, just gatekeep. If you're worried about it, just gatekeep. And don't listen to anybody who tells you it's wrong. It's not wrong. Just gatekeep. And I know the people, you know the people I'm talking about.
Oh my god, like gatekeeping is like so terrible. It's so awful. Why would you want to gatekeep?
They gatekeep me. So I don't see why the fuck. And I don't complain about it. I go, okay, whatever.
Yeah, they always say, oh, I don't want to gatekeep or whatever. It's like, you have timed out and banned people before because you don't vibe with them.
Exactly.
You just think by
They have
gatekeep
bad
you mean certain
vibes.
people.
They have bad vibes, Raimi.
Like, okay.
Wait, to be fair, you should. You should smack them
Yeah,
with the
you
hammer if they
should.
got the bad vibes. Like, if they completely
Yeah.
mismatch your
I'm
community.
not complaining about it. I'm just saying, I feel like it's hypocritical to pull this
Yeah.
all, gatekeeping is bad when people do it all the time.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
I think what
To
they
cater to your
misunderstand,
audience.
they think gatekeeping means you don't let anyone ever in. And it's like, that's not what gatekeeping is. It means you literally check their, like, passport, and you go, okay,
Yeah.
you're in. Or, no thank you, get out of here.
Because they could change, they could fuck up your culture.
Yeah.
Every VTuber has a specific culture related to it. And a specific, like, in-jokes and stuff, especially if they got a history. And if there's that guy, you know, that one guy. That one guy who doesn't get it, and yet they still have the audacity to run their mouth and talk shit. Nobody likes that guy. So why not gatekeep them out? I don't see what the big problem is.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I do know. I always say I don't know, but I do know. I just don't understand their logic. Right?
I do, it's
like,
money. I can say it. It's money.
Yeah, it's funny. It's
It's
funny.
money. And I get it. Y'all gotta pay bills and stuff, but I personally will gatekeep for the sanity of me. For my sanity and for my audience sanity, I will gatekeep.
What's better, like what's more valued to someone, sanity or money? Of course, a lot of people are gonna do money because that gets them power to do other things and pay bills and then make it a full-time thing.
Yeah.
But do you really want it to be a full-time thing if you have to like suffer because you have too many idiots like spamming the same like dumb joke in your chat constantly that you hate? And, like trying to get you to do things you really don't like. It's just not worth
It makes it a chore to like stream.
Yeah. I guess a job is a chore. So they just accepted that.
This is a job? When did that
Well, for the
happen?
people that want money.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay, speaking of other VTubers gatekeeping and all that, do you think it's worth trying to make friends as a VTuber?
Depends on your goals. I don't know how else to explain it. So let's say you have the goal of just making this a hobby and just being goofy about it. Like myself. Then you have time to make friends. It's okay. You can make friends. But if this is like something you pay your rent with, I ain't gonna be upset with you if you treat it like a business. Does that make sense? Like I'm not gonna throw shade on you because we collabed and that's it. So,
Yeah, I guess if you're doing it as a hobby, like you and I are, it's kind of. I mostly fear running into the people that treat it like a business, right? And you're trying to make friends with them, and they just kind of like use you and then throw you away, and it's like, damn. Damn.
You know, nobody could use me though. I don't think, right?
I'm sure there's
I don't
ways.
have any clout. I don't have any anything.
Wow, Sawa, you say that, but you're the Sawa-sama, okay? You have like 5 trillion number.
That's silly.
I don't know. I've seen people
like
that think they can't be used and then they get used.
Really? Do you think somebody will use me? Really?
No, because you would probably like smack them against the wall and then they'd like scurry away scared.
Am I intimidating? You can tell me.
Now that I know you a little bit, no. But beforehand, a little bit.
What? I'm intimidating? How dare you?
I think it's just because you have a long history, right? You've been around a while, right? And that's intimidating to people.
How would people know, though? People don't know. People don't know about that.
Well, you've been around as a VTuber for a long time. That's also intimidating to them.
What are you talking about? I've been a VTuber for 2 years or so, or year and some change.
You've been a VTuber for like 20 years, Sawa? I don't know how to tell you this.
I haven't been a VTuber for a while. You've been longer than me, probably.
No. Well, okay, but what do you count? You count when you were a PNG?
No.
I count how long you've been like using the account to stream. Because I found you when you were a little PNG and I was like, wait a minute. I know this weirdo.
That's 2021. So that's like 4 years.
That's 4 years.
So.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
You say that, but a lot of people started in 2020, so they only be around for 5 years. So 4 years is like 90%.
Yeah, but that's nothing. I feel like that's in the grand scheme of things.
I guess true, because most people don't realize that VTubing is almost 10 years old, because it started in 2016.
Yeah. So it's really not that much at all. In my opinion. But whatever.
Yeah. I guess in the opinion of the common VTuber man that got in on 2020 because of COVID, right? You've been around literally for almost all of it for them. So they're like, damn, Sawa's like ancient. OMG, she's so terrifying and scary. She's so powerful.
Woo! Yeah, I mean, no. I'm nice, kind of. Maybe. Whatever.
You're scary as you want to be. It'd be a lot or none. Oh, like, people have said I'm intimidating. I've only been here for like 2 years. And it's like, how am I intimidating? What are you talking about?
Raimi Ricotta. She's in flavor. She's so intimidating. Oh my god.
Oh, whatever. It's like, I'm a shit poster. How am I intimidating? I'm just joking about things. I'm just having fun. I think people get too hung up about, oh, they have like more than 10 people watching. That means they're a big league.
That's it. What if I were to pull that? What if I were to be like, yeah, I'm better than you, and what of it?
Some people do that as their kayfabe, and people don't really care.
Ah, I can do that.
No, you could.
I'll do it next time. I'm gonna do it next time to somebody and see what happens.
Like they're gonna like scurry away and be like, "Oh my God, Sawa was so evil." Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question.
Number go up. Number go up.
Number go up. Number always go up. It needs to go down. Why are you not going down?
What's the next question?
Next question. Have experience in the past about your challenges that come with collabs and organizing them. Could you elaborate on that a little bit more?
I have a life, and that life comes with responsibilities. And those responsibilities annoy the shit out of me. And I have to deal with it. It's that simple!
You'll find out when you're older, kid.
Yeah, people don't realize it's hard to line up two schedules, especially if they're also busy too.
Yeah.
OMG,
And
why can't you
especially if
collab?
they live in different areas of the world and stuff.
Yeah. Or like
Yeah.
have a nighttime job or a daytime job compared to someone that has an inverse. God knows what else. I don't know. It's just hard for two people to align. Unless it's like this is their full-time thing. And they have no other
No.
responsibilities.
Not a lot of people have that. I don't really collab that often with people because I'm afraid that the voices will bother them.
I feel like other VTubers are fine with the voices.
I don't think they are.
Really? A lot of
I
them
don't
do
think
voices
they
like
are.
you slightly.
I don't think they are. I think they're scared. You know, I was at that convention, right?
Yeah?
And I scared some girls.
What?
I scared them! And I felt kind of bad about it.
How'd you
But
scare them?
they thought I was cute. And I was like,
Thank you, Toots.
I got really scared and they ran away.
Oh no, they probably think you're a guy with like a voice changer.
I don't have a voice changer. I wouldn't know how to do that. I'm a boom.
I thought they
used
would be
to get
scared
that all
because
the
they thought you
time.
weren't like live. And they're like, oh my God,
Oh,
she's
they
actually
also thought
live.
it was AI, by the way.
Oh, they did. Every time I've done a meet and greet, they're like, are you AI? Is this live?
Are you an AI?
I see you over there on the monitor. Are you an AI?
Yes.
A couple of them asked how much I made. And I was like, bro, I don't make that much. And they're like, what the hell? Why not? It was like a group of like very young, probably like 18, 20-year-old like guys.
Oh. Like, make what? Like, in money?
Yeah, money. They just straight up asked, and I was like, I told them the honest answer, which was like $300 a month, and they're like, wow, you should be doing like more whatever, basically trendy whatever stuff to make more money. I was like,
See,
nah, I ain't about
mm.
that. And then they wandered off.
That's that young mindset of, hey, you gotta show your tits, you gotta show your feet, Raimi. Show
Gotta
your
do
feet,
anything
make
for
that money.
views. You gotta
Anything
shit
for
yourself for views.
content. Anything for content. Hate that mentality.
You gotta stage beef with other people for that content, Sawa.
Yeah, I guess I do. I just do it because it would be fun. But that's
This is... I shit post about whatever's happening because it's fun, right? It's funny to laugh at
Yeah.
things.
Anyway, I used to get all the time. Is that a voice changer? Are you using a voice changer? Now nobody does that. Now they're just like, is that Iron Mouse? Is that let me who else? Monica Rial? Is that fucking hell, man?
Did someone make a giant list of like everything?
I made that list. It was big. It was full of people I didn't know.
I still see like every VTuber is a guy with a voice changer still. Fucking still.
I like that. I want to keep that. That's part of the gatekeeping. I like that.
Yeah. It is gatekeeping them if they can't understand the concept of a woman, a proud woman going on the internet as an anime JPEG screaming for entertainment.
Yeah, why can't I just do this? Is this like a bad thing? I don't get
Maybe
it.
to them. You're not on Twitch showing your fleshy body to get views, so that's bad.
Well, there are some VTubers showing their bodies on Twitch. So it's kind of the same thing, but...
Maybe we could go to the next question. That could be kind of related to that. If you could fix one thing about the VTuber sphere, what would it be?
Oh gosh, there's so many scams, bro. There's too many scams. If I could change that in some way, like when it comes to art, from art to corporations to all this stuff, I wish there was a way. I wish people would be more open about certain things. Like, could you warn me about certain shit? Like, can you help a guinea pig out here? Like, cause there are so many, like, people just go, yeah, I knew about that company and blah 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 blah. I don't know why people applied for blah blah blah. Or I knew about that artist and blah blah blah. It's like, if you know, why didn't you say anything?
Because if they say anything, then they black themselves from other corpos and stuff like that.
It's so... I don't know what's the word. I guess insidious is the word for it? I don't know. I just know that I hate that. Because it's so hard for me to research anything. It's so hard for me to figure out how to navigate this well. That I'm just like, fuck it. I'm not even gonna bother.
I've always trust my like vibe checker and Sustar, and I've always been right about like corpos and like other people. But I think that's just my tism like overclocking to pick up the signs, right?
The patterns.
The patterns. The patterns. If they do this, this, and that, and then I listen to what the VTubers say, and especially on their PL accounts, and I'm like, it's piecing together in my brain.
But I feel like that's something out. There's so many scams, man. Too many scams. Too much AI art going around that is faking a bunch of trying to get people involved in stuff they don't want to get involved. It's wild out there.
I know there's a lot of like merchandise stuff, like the manufacturers, and then the just merch companies that are also like scammy too. It's too many.
It's so.
It's always funny people call like other VTubers grifters. It's like the grifters are the fucking CEOs of these shit scam companies, and then like a whole bunch of other shit. It's usually not the VTubers, even though some of them are, but usually the corpos are kind of grifty.
Usually the artists and the corpos, from what I've seen, yeah.
People have been more open with artists, because for a while there was like artist entitlement and artist like protection. If you like called out an artist as a client, you'd be like stoned to death. But now people are kind of listening a bit.
I think that would be the main thing. That and Twitch has become a... Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's necessarily a problem or not. Because I don't go there. But there's a lot of weird nepotism, isn't there, in Twitch?
Yeah, that's also in corpos and other things too.
Isn't it sad that, let's say you were in a corpo, and you get, like, fired or terminated or graduated or whatever word we want to use for it? You will never be able to play with those people again?
Yeah.
Not fucked up. That's kind of fucked up.
Some people have gotten around that by them also, like, collabing on their PLs together. So, like, the graduated person will collab with the corpo VTubers, but on their PL if it's allowed. And they're, like, contract.
Oh. But you have to put that in the contract.
Yeah. I know some Hololive and Holostars people have done that. So they're not forbidden for collabing with people, at least on PL. But other companies could have it where you can't have activity on your PL at all. So then you're kind of like hard stuck gate on that.
They'll probably do that a lot of the time. Because
I know
people
Niji
don't
does.
accept, right?
I get,
and yet
okay,
people
so...
still sign up for Niji. People are still trying.
I think it's only people that speak Japanese and English now that are signing up for Niji.
Trying to apply, yeah.
It does suck. If you get... I think it sucks more if you get fired for something, like, really dumb. And then, like, they probably can't associate with you even on, like, your PL or something.
Yep.
And then that looks bad on you because you got fired. So you're kind of alone on the indie scene because people don't trust you because like, why did this VTuber get fired from the corpo? That's weird. That's suspicious.
You know what's this one thing that has changed a lot that I'm kind of happy it changed? Is the idea that corpo VTubers are like better than indie in the sense that they are more talented. That has changed rapid. Because I know some people, they go, I'm not going to watch an indie VTuber. I'm going to watch corpo because corpo picks only the best of the best. And they... And that has changed so much in just a year. Since last year.
Yeah, ever since
That
the
has
big
changed so much.
Niji bomb, people have
Yep.
realized, oh, fucking indies are talented. But at the same time, I know people say that, but then they also see the big top Twitch people, and they go, oh, indies are only like Big Booba, Vapid, just like React Slop and stuff like that.
Kind of. They kind of have a point. They kind. I mean, I look at it. If I look at the numbers, if I go through the numbers, they're not wrong, are they?
Yeah, but you can't look at number, right? I understand they're used to number because of like Hollow and stuff having big number. So big number equal good. But sometimes big number don't equal good. Sometimes big number just mean the most normie slop imaginable.
Yeah, but sometimes that's what Twitch audiences want. No offense to them, but they don't. I don't think they take kindly to VTubers. Or am I thinking of TikTok?
TikTok's also hostile. Every site's basically hostile towards VTubers because we're disgusting anime.
That's
Horrible,
fine.
disgusting weeb anime.
Good. They can do that. Anyway. But yeah,
Or they could do it till they ban you and kill you, Sawa.
I think there's a lot of like... How should I put this in a nice way?
Don't be
fuck
nice.
it, I'm evil. There's a lot of more VTubers that are getting into the lewdness of it all. I don't know how that's gonna end up in the future. But I think it's just weird.
I don't like it too.
Because it's not just like lewdness in the sense of using their model for lewdness. It's this in the sense of showing their actual body parts. Like IRL. I get confused. I'm like, what in the heck? It's one thing to show your model's feet, but your feet? Okay. We
This is
doing
money.
this now?
That gets them a lot of money.
Yeah. Again, it's all about how you want to treat this. Is it like a business or what? Why not?
You don't need to do that to get money, but it's the quick way to get money. And they want the quick way to get money. And it's like, you're gonna regret this later on in your life. And it's like, what the fuck?
Are they really, though?
Maybe. I feel like when they try to settle down with someone...
doing it, though. If everybody starts doing it, and it just becomes, you know, a thing, like in the future, we have great-grandmas who showed feet online. Are people gonna be like, hey, I mean, tattoos are not taboo anymore.
You say that, but kids are getting bullied in school now because they find out, like, their mom has an OnlyFans or something.
Yeah, but if everybody's mama has an OnlyFans... You know what I'm saying? Like, if everybody... If it becomes more popular, I don't know if people are going to, in the future, see it the same way.
Yeah, they'll still be the people that never liked it to begin with because of, like, morals and, like, other reasons, right?
Yeah.
But I have seen the slope getting slippery and people sliding in to be like, oh, it's not that bad. It's like, oh, well, at least she's not showing her flesh, even though she's giving me the sloppy whatever with the ASMR. At least she's not showing flesh yet. I don't know, it just kind of feels like a mockery of VTubing in a way. Is that right? Like,
I don't know.
You're an anime woman, you're making anime content, or just doing whatever. And you're like, okay, boys, now that I have farmed a parasocial link with you, I will now farm the lewd parasocial link.
Well, it was supposed to be a way to go beyond your body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was supposed to be a way to go and do things that are beyond what you could have already done. You know what I'm saying? Like, with your own body, with yourself.
Yeah.
And then for you to show your body. It just seems to me like a crude joke. Like a silly,
Yeah.
like a mockery of what could have been a great tuba.
How do you feel about hand cams then? Because that's kind of like...
I'm not
At
a
least-
fan of hand cams. I don't know if I'd do one. I'd have to fully glove up. But I don't like them that much.
Can't have the model mismatch your real life hands now, can you? Gotta pull out the
I
white
had to
gloves.
put the gloves. I don't want you guys to know I'm black. So we have to cover up.
Hey, at least technically I'm more white than my model. That's funny how that works out.
You stay inside all the time?
Yeah, I also just don't tan. If I go outside, I just turn instantly red and then I get sun poisoning and die.
Oh no.
That's not a joke, by the way. It's real.
Imagine being poisoned by the sun.
It's hell. It's worse than a sunburn. It's a real medical term for a real condition.
It's an actual medical condition?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, look up sun poisoning right now.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That's
I
terrible.
got that. I've gotten that in like middle school.
That's a... Oh, I've seen this before. Oh, wow.
That happens
Oh
to
my
me if I go
gosh,
outside for too
That's a
long.
rash.
It's like a rash, but like mixed with allergic reaction and then also sunburned. And then all your skin peels off. Like very like chunky skin. It's not like one layer. It's like 10 layers of skin come off.
It's like blisters on blisters. Wow.
Being pasty white vampiric, have a bad side. Like dying of vitamin D.
Oh, man.
But yeah.
Don't worry, I'll blow up the sun for you.
Okay, just give me a 5 minutes heads up so then I know it's dead before everyone else sees.
Okay.
I think hand cams are okay though. Because it's just like just enough. And it allows you to just do a little bit that you couldn't do with your model. Like
I guess.
craft stuff.
Depends
But I
what
feel
you're
like-
doing.
Yeah. But if you're just showing your whole body besides like your head, that's kind of weird. Right? Because it's like, why have the model besides, you know, not liking how your face looks?
Well, I'm ugly, so I have an excuse. So there! I'm ugly!
Baka.
Yeah, I'm mid and proud. I'm mid. I'm mid. So what? So, you want to change the scamminess, and then also VTubers all flesh posting.
I don't like that. I don't like flesh posting.
I
Well,
do
yeah.
find it funny when they flesh post. They just like do a face mask, and then everything else is like out. And it's like the face mask is covering your nose and lips, nothing else. What is that even doing? What is that?
It's painful. Cause some of the people that do it, I really like their content. But it's like, why are you doing, why? I don't get it. Whatever.
Yeah, it makes me feel like they only use VTubing as a gimmick or a tool, and they weren't fully
Yeah.
invested in it.
Yeah.
They got the confidence because they got, like, bigger. I'm gonna flesh post now. I have more confidence. And then they do less and less VTubing content, and it just becomes more and more flesh posting. And it's like,
Wait, what do you want to fix?
what would I want to fix?
Yeah.
I'm kind of agreeing with you on the scammy part. I always said if I had like $1 billion, I would use that money to help people like sue the shit out of like corpos that completely abuse them and stuff. Right?
You're gonna need more than $1 billion.
Yeah, because all the little fucking corpos that die within a month.
Oh my gosh. And I went down yesterday, okay, full disclosure, I went down yesterday on a rabbit hole because when I get bored or when I have free time, I just look up VTuber auditions on Twitter, and I went down the weirdest rabbit hole I've went down in a long time. So far down, I think I found a company that does not exist that used AI to make their logo and is trying to find minors.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I know
It's
there was
wild.
some fucking group corpo thing ran by a bunch of other minors or claiming to be minors. They're like, oh, we're a minor-friendly VTuber company, right?
But you're not a company. You can't be incorporated.
Yeah, if it's run by kids, you can't. It's just like a little group. And that's also dangerous because they had like a Discord. So you know people could
Yeah.
just come in there. It's like,
And yeah, we, me and a couple of the mods, we checked because I was like, I need to confirm this. Somebody go to the Discord and please confirm
someone
this for me.
incriminate themselves now for me.
Yeah, cause it's scary. It's scarier than what I thought. Cause they don't have a website. They don't have shit. They just have Discord servers. And like
Yeah.
they have like underage people in them. And a lot of, you know, she, her, they, it's they, zers, ers in there. Always.
Yeah, that's a
Trying
recipe
to
for
start a
disaster.
corpo. Don't even have any fucking clue. They just like VTubers and want to like start something. Because they probably applied places and couldn't get anywhere.
Well, because you're a kid. And if you're a kid, you can't sign a contract with people unless you get your parents to sign it. And I'm pretty sure your parent doesn't know you're a VTuber trying to apply to these corpos.
Imagine your kid's like, oh, but I want to be an anime girl, Mom.
I want to be Iron Mouse. Mommy, let me be Iron Mouse.
See, this is what VTubers do. And it's just me going bada 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 bada.
I guess to bring on that, because so many like VTubers are flesh posting and stuff like that, and then the kids see it and they're like, I want to be a VTuber too. And they start doing that stuff at like 16. It's like, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So stupid.
What else would I change about the VTuber sphere? I don't know. Yes, I would, if I could somehow enact something to change woman behavior, so women wouldn't want to backstab each other as much, that would be nice, but that's near impossible. That's a wishful thinking.
That just comes with the territory. That's just, yeah. You'd have to, like, create an atmosphere that would chastise that.
Yeah, and sadly, women can do no wrong on internet most of the time. Sadly.
Well, that depends on who the woman is. Is she pretty or is she ugly?
True. But with VTubing, if you don't know what they look like, you're going after the avatar, right?
Yeah.
And usually they look okay, usually, with their avatar, right?
Yeah.
So VTuber can do no wrong, because they're a nice, cute anime girl.
I feel like for certain situations... Well, this is my own philosophy on it, and it's that I don't believe anyone is good. I believe everyone has committed some foul act of sinnery, of sin.
Unless they were literally just born.
And I feel like with this, you just have to take things with like a certain degree of, oh, so now I understand that. Because you don't know anybody on the internet.
Yeah.
You really have to be careful. You will never, and I know this is going to be sad for people to hear, but you can't truly know who you're friends with on the internet.
That's why usually people will meet up eventually, like their friend group, and then they hang out a couple times.
Yeah.
But you have to like really trust them to get to that point.
Exactly. So most of the time, people aren't gonna know other people. So you have to just, I guess, be patient with yourself and be patient with other people in terms of how you go about dealing with them and friendship. Just be cautious, and if shit happens, well, don't blame yourself. Shit happens.
Yeah, duck and roll. Just duck and roll out of that, whatever situation. I've done that a couple times.
I don't know if you should duck and roll without evidence. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if there's hard evidence.
Some
and, like,
people could
a whole
just
bunch of
say
shit.
stuff, and they do say
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, they say a lot of shit. But I've had to duck and roll because there's like hard evidence and then like slap fighting going on, and I'm like, okay, that's it. Bye-bye. I'm out of here.
Yeah, you don't need the drama in your life. I understand that.
But yeah, you don't know who the VTubers are, and almost everyone's done something. Some greater than
Something
others, some more than
stupid.
others.
Yeah. So I'm for as evil as I am, I'm very tolerant and considerate of that fact.
Yeah, I try to remind myself that. I'm like, yeah, everyone's like fucked up, which apparently everyone in the VTuber space has like some type of dumb dirt on each other. But damn. Ugh.
Every time, it's so funny. Because every time people find out stuff about me IRL, you know what they say?
What?
Based!
That's all they say. It's not anything bad, technically, or anything. It's just like,
Oh, she did that? Oh, that's so based! Oh, she said that? Oh, that's super based, mega based.
I get... Yeah, to you it's based. To the wider world, I don't think it's that bad.
What someone does could be like evil or like bad to one perspective and then based to someone else's perspective, right?
Well, I mean, people's perspectives really mean nothing to the face of God, so it's kind of a moot point. I just think it's funny that the more people find out about me, the more it's just like, oh, base. It's like, she didn't really do anything all that bad. No, not really. But to the wider world in general, like if a corporal found out what I was doing, they would kind of be leery about me.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same about me because I'm very open with who I am. I just shitpost because I like the shitpost. I was a VTuber fan for like 6 years before I started being a VTuber, and I'm gonna keep being a VTuber fan. And I'm pretty sure the dumb shitposts I do, they wouldn't like that or hire me.
No, they would not like that. They would probably... I don't know. You know, I don't know now. I guess it all depends on the corpo, but honestly, if they're going by the Hollow Live model, no.
It depends how well... I know people, if they do want to get into corpo, they clean up like their profile and like stuff like that.
Do they really?
So they'll have a history of that, and then they'll clean it up. And then if they go looking, they look fine. But yeah, no, a corpo would not hire us because we are spicy and...
I don't know.
Whatever. Very riskful.
Risk averse.
Even though if I was in a corpo, I would not be doing what I'm doing now. Or at least very more subtly and like light.
I would. You'd get them views. See, that's the weird part, is that they hire you based on your history. If they look at my channel and go, well, we really like your channel and we want your audience. And I'm like, okay, fine, but I have a certain personality and character that I cannot change then. And then you join and they want you to change the whole fucking thing. It's weird.
Yeah.
They don't know if it's gonna work. I know that my stuff is gonna work, but they don't know if their stuff is gonna work. It's weird.
Well, it's because your stuff is technically a little risky, and a corpo wants to be as safe as they can be for future, sponsors and all that type of stuff.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's...
Then they'll have to deal with being irrelevant.
Yeah, that's what happens to most of them, because they're too safe, and they all go bankrupt and die.
And they go bankrupt and they die, and it's on them. Because they're following a model, especially with the American market, they're following a model that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Nobody actually cares
crazy.
about that much about idol stuff in the United States. I like it, but I know I'm in an anomaly.
Yeah, like...
You know?
The only small corpo that has really made it was FaZe because of Pippa, because Pippa was very much not like the idol and what everyone wants from like a corpo.
Yeah.
And because of that, but then again, FaZe has tightened up, so they're not as crazy anymore. Some of them are, but they're not like year 1 or year 2 FaZe, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then these corpos are like, oh, we need like the best most safest people that are also a little bit creative, and then we're gonna stifle them and say no to every project, and all this other stuff because resources or something, or that could be problematic. That blah
Well,
blah
what
blah
if I
overlaps.
pay for it? That would be my counter. My counter is, what if I pay for it? What if you give me stock in the company? Because here's the weird part about me. I don't need their money. I'm at a weird position in life where I'm older. This is a hobby. I don't technically need their money. I just need their support. So if they're willing to give me support, if they're willing to help me, help them, we're good. But I don't think a lot of people would take that risk.
Yeah, I think Hollow does that because their concerts, their 3D lives, some of them they have to like pay, right?
Yep.
And they just take a loan from the company and then they have to pay it back.
Yep. I love those concerts though. They're so fun.
And another problem is like permissions and stuff. Like, let's say you want to do a company like wide thing, like either a big Minecraft collab or like what FaZe did with the school thing. Is you have to make sure it's okay with the management, and you got to get people on board and be like available.
But that sounds fun to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's fun.
That sounds fun. But again, they have to be willing to participate and work with me.
Yeah. They're gonna like bring in the manager that knows statistics and be like, well, we don't know if this will be successful, so why should we waste time on this? Why should we waste time? If it's risky, we should do what's known to work, even though we need to do something different so then we stick out in the market and we're not just a clone of Hololive or Small Corpo number 500.
Stop making me laugh! I'm gonna die! Anyway, do we have any other questions from these nerds?
Yeah, we do. We've been on this one for too long.
What do they want from me?
We've been on this one too long. Okay. Okay, so for both Raimi and Sawa, what inspires your character design? Sawa, why were you a mad scientist guinea pig themed thing?
I saw it in an ecchi manga. Next question.
Really? That's it? Come on.
Yeah. I saw it in an ecchi manga, and I didn't see anybody at the time being a cute little lolly scientist VTuber, and I thought, oh, that'd be cute. And then the voice fits it, so I was like, yeah, sure, this works. Do you want to know the name of it? Hold on.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Where is she? I found it off a picture, and then I read the manga, and then I was like, oh no, it's ecchi. I know the Discord found it, and then they contacted me.
Oh, they found who you, like, stole from. They're like, well, Sawa, look, it's you.
Yeah. I need to... Hold on. Aha! It is called...
Kuro-chan chi no oshire ga sukae ai wake.
Yeah, reason why the closet of Kuro-chan's house can't be used. It's ecchi. And I was like, oh, she's so cute!
Where's the JPEG?
I'm trying to find...
You could just screenshot a random panel. You little
There's
hamster.
an alien portal. Yeah, look at the hamster! That's where I got the idea, kind of.
Oh, there's tentacles in this. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Where are your tentacles? Why don't...
There's tentacles.
Oh, wait. Is it the one with the twin tails? Oh, yeah. You... Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't 1-for-1, like, steal. That's
No,
good.
I didn't! My name is Luna Dark Blue! I'm a mad scientist! It's so cool, son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah, you changed the goggles.
So
and, like, the outfit.
yeah, I have glasses instead, and then I have, like, the bows, and the hair is very similar. And I love her outfit so much.
Yeah, she cute. She cute.
Yeah, she cute! I wanted slippers, but my artist was like, no, you're getting Converse.
Why did he give you that instead of slippers?
Because he's lazy! No, because he wanted, see, he wanted to make it so that my art would be very hard to do. That's how far I've gatekept. So even with the hair, it's very hard to draw. With the Converse, it's very hard to draw.
I actually figured out a trick how to draw your hair. You draw like the little gap, and then you work around that, and then it's pretty easy.
Yeah. Don't tell nobody.
It's leaked. They
But
can
yeah.
all draw you now,
Damn
even though they won't understand what I mean. They won't understand.
But yeah, if you see the character, you're like, yeah, that's Sawa, isn't it?
Okay, for me,
I was just reading manga.
for my design, it's funny how you bring up AI, because if people don't know FlaVR, started with AI concepts and then you make it real. But mine is just an AI slop image, and I'm like, I like the mouse one. I'm gonna be that one.
I like your design. I'm just gonna say it. I like it.
Here, I'll show you the original AI image. There's the original right there.
Aw,
It's brown short hair, little yellow cape thing, and then
Yeah.
shorts and a belt.
it's
and I
very
kept-
cute.
Some of the aspects, and then I try to add a couple more to make it more original.
Looks like a little adventurer.
Yeah,
Little mouse adventurer.
makes sense for me because I like adventure games. I like RPGs, and then they're too long, so they're awful to stream. And then the ADHD kicks in, and then you never complete them. And yet I love them. All my games are fucking RPGs, and I keep buying them even though I know they're 100-hour games. And I'll keep buying. Yeah, I was an AI-generated image, and then I picked that one also because it wasn't made by Pippa. It was one of the leftovers.
People think that I'm made by Pippa. Do you really think that she could make such a beautiful design? Do you really think that? You're stupid if you think that. Mollylocks did not make me.
Yeah, especially back then with the AI streams, because AI was very primitive, so it couldn't make complex designs. But now it's actually pretty good. That's why people get tricked and scammed by it so much. But yeah.
I don't know. I don't get tricked by it because I just don't care.
My fans have gaslit themselves to think that, like, the original Raimi wasn't a lolly, or that I'm a lolly, and it's like, just because the Vroid and the Gifted Life 2D wasn't lolly-like doesn't mean the original concept of the concept I want isn't lolly. So whenever
Are
I
you
get
a
my...
lolly?
Yeah.
I don't believe
Yeah.
that. I'm sorry.
Sorry, should I do that? Oh, voice. Oh, I'm such a lolly. Ugh.
No, you're not a lolly. You're still not a lolly.
A disgusting tomboy lolly? Okay.
Okay. I don't see you as a lolly. I just don't.
I guess it's because I have a more normal tone voice. And again, I don't, like, play it up or anything. But I also think people gaslit themselves because they've seen the Vroid and other model too much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, probably.
Whenever I get my 2.0, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? Even though I asked to be, like, a bit taller. Which I have the art. I just need to find a rigger one day. One day. But yeah, that's what my design is. It's a FlaVR leftover made by the fans, and I didn't purposely pick a Pippa one. Because I didn't want the pressure of being Pippa made. And be like, oh, you're canon, oh, Pippa, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I like Pippa, I like FaZe, but I didn't want that pressure. So I picked a disgusting fan-made one. And also because I felt like it fit me more.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, I guess you brought this up in a past stream because a couple of people asked something related to this for the next question. You don't feel so attached to your current persona of Sawa. Do you have any plans to rebrand or change what you look like?
I have thought about it, but I'm not going to because I'm lazy. But if I wasn't lazy, I would be a bird. Specifically probably like a macaw parrot. Or whatever it's called. Because I do so many voices and it would fit it better. In the beginning, I wasn't gonna do all these voices or anything. I was just gonna be moe cute. I wasn't gonna stream with the males on stream. I was like, there were so many things I wasn't gonna do, and now I'm doing all of them.
I feel like that's every VTuber at the start. They're like, I'm gonna not do this, this, and that, and I'm gonna keep doing the thing. And then after like a couple months, they're like, I don't care anymore. I don't care.
I'm almost to a point where I'm like, should I keep doing this stupid voice? Should I just use my real voice? And then I'm like, nah. I feel like that's the one thing. Nah.
I I feel like that would be the biggest filter, is if you just stop doing the Sawa voice. Because people are like, this isn't Sawa, what the fuck is this?
That
You
would
don't
be
sound like a
funny.
lolly anymore. But I also know that voice does filter people, because people in the past have been like, oh, I would watch Sawa because she's entertaining, but I really hate the voice. I hate the high-pitched whatever voice.
Yeah, good. See,
It's
filters
like multiple.
more people this way.
But if you wanted to filter, like do a quick filter, just do a stream with a like more deep sounding voice, and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna keep this up from now on. And then the dumb people will leave, and that'll be a great filter.
Maybe one day, maybe. Probably not.
Never know.
But I would be a bird, and I would be cute, and I would squawk, and yeah, I'd be the annoying bird at the pet store that no one wants to buy. That says a lot of horrible things.
What color, like what colors would you have? Would you still keep the same
Red.
colors? Red?
Red, green, whatever color that stupid parrot is. I'd be red, green, blue, maybe. I don't know. I'd just be a parrot.
Be all the colors. You'd be a rainbow.
What?
You'd attract the
Yeah.
wrong audience being a rainbow.
Ah, shit, you're right.
Gotta be careful. You can't also be, was it pink, white, and blue?
Oh, yeah. I forgot. I was like, pink, white, and blue. That's a lot of VTubers, though. They have that scheme.
For that color, they're gonna come for you, Sawa. You're gonna attract
For this
them.
one, I wanted a different color palette, so I picked orange, red, and yellow. Like hot colors.
I feel like most VTubers don't pick hot colors. I think they all go towards cool because it's more mythic and like, ooh, like weird.
Ooh.
Pink, purple, and blue. I'm on the talk. I added blue to my design. But you know, I kind
I
of want
wanted
to see Bird
something-
Sawa, but I don't want
What?
the Sawa
You
Sawa
do?
to die.
See? If only I wasn't lazy. If I ever join a corpo, which I probably won't, I'll be pushing for that. But like, make me a bird.
Okay, you could join my corpo I made right now that I paid $500 to register, and
Oh my
you will
gosh.
get no support. You'll just have the label next to your name. Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck, Sawa. Okay.
Okay, next question. Speaking of corpo with just a label next to it, when you ironically joined FlaVR, did you think it was gonna survive at all? It's been years and it's still going go strong.
It does?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh. I thought I destroyed it.
No, the corpse is still hanging on.
What?
It's like a zombie skeleton.
Do I have to join FlaVR again to destroy it?
Maybe. I don't know. How would you destroy it? Besides just being in it and leaving.
I just be in it and then I destroy all your houses in Minecraft. That's what I did last time.
Yeah, I remember that. Sadly, that server's dead. It's been dead for like a year.
Oh,
You killed it, Sawa. You killed that poor Minecraft server. It was all you.
good.
Yeah, but did you expect it to still like be going and like idiots like me still having the tag and doing whatever with it?
You can do whatever with it, I don't care. I don't
Well,
like
say-
the people that take it really seriously, though. I think that's weird.
Like serious how? Because I kind of get what you mean, but explain for the
Serious
audience.
as in, like,
Let's make this a real thing, guys. Let's actually incorporate flavor, make it a corpo.
that's stupid. Stop.
I don't think anyone's done that since the very beginning, luckily.
Yeah, luckily. But you never know. There's always somebody waiting.
I feel like most people don't even know what the fuck flavor is anymore because it's like 2 years, almost 3 years old, right?
Yeah.
But why would someone want to come make it real besides like one of the talents that is like using the tag? And then you'd have to get everyone else that's using the tag to agree, or you would just have to exclude them, and that's not like flavor. Also,
Yeah.
it would like ruin the fun of it because anyone could be a flavor
Exactly.
technically.
Yeah. Anyone.
And didn't someone want to make it real and then hold auditions for the fucking
Mhm.
designs?
They contacted me. I was
they s-
supposed to be Lolly May or some shit.
Which is ironic because you helped Brolime with his debut.
I know.
What made you want to join it before besides just like the funny haha, your April Fool's bit? But like,
That was
Why?
it, really. Why? Because Lolly May.
Well, I can't believe he groomed you into joining FlaVR for like a couple months.
You're right! Oh my goodness, I never thought of it that way, but yeah.
Wow, you got groomed. Sad. So sorry for you, Sawa. You're a victim.
Oh, no. I'm a victim.
You're a victim.
Now I gotta write a fucking Google document talking about
yeah,
how
man.
shitty Lolly is as a person.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, do you think you'll be VTubing in 10 years? And what do you think will happen with VTubing as a whole in the big and small corpos? I, for one, accept FaZe to get the big corpo status after the downfall of Niji, but that might be wishful thinking.
I think there'll be more corpos in America from what I've seen. Corpos aren't gonna go away. I think in America they're gonna look different though. At least they should look different than anywhere else.
I
But
think they'll just end up like Mythic and stuff like that, where it's like a vague, like, sponsor, like, helper type of deal. And not like, FaZe or like, Hollow type of corpo. Or just like friend groups that have been made a little bit more official.
I think one thing people need to understand is that these corporations, like we call them agencies, technically an agent works for you, not the other way around. So like a talent agent works for you. You're actually hiring them and giving them money, which technically I guess you are doing in a corporation, but it's weird. Like this idea that you're paying them, well, over 50% in some cases.
Oh, 50 for some more or
I've
less.
seen 70-30 where you get the 30. I don't mind it as long as you're doing something for me.
They're never
I'm
doing
good.
anything. They just want
But
that 70%.
They're never doing anything now. I don't know what FaZe is gonna look like in the future. To me, I don't know because they're expanding. I know that for
Yeah.
sure. They have a large roster now of girls.
Supposedly have enough money, probably from all the merch they're doing, continue to fund like projects and like stuff, right? Because they're doing like 3D concerts, kind of 3D like projects, and that costs a lot of money. So they have enough money for that, supposedly.
Managers though to keep up with everything and the staff.
Yeah.
Because it's
Need
a
to wrangle
big
them woman.
endeavor. They what?
They need to wrangle the woman. If you get too many woman VTubers and you don't have enough managers to wrangle them,
Yeah.
then someone's gonna get like crazy.
Do you think you'll be VTubing in 10 years? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully I'll be doing something more productive. No, this is just a hobby. If I'm here, I'm here. If I'm not, I'm not. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of small corpos. I don't know if there'll be a lot of big corpos like we see in Japan. I think there'll be a lot of groups in America. But other than that, I don't know.
I feel like 10 years is a lot for any type of content creation. No one really lasts that long.
I did 10. That is my whole content creation cycle. This whole thing. I've been doing it for 10 years.
You've, I wouldn't say jump ship, but you've, like, changed up how you did stuff and, like, all that. And none of those,
Yeah.
like, whole chunks of different, like, branches of the last 10 years.
It's been
Which
like 5 years doing this, 5 years doing that. A little sprinkle of like 2 years doing something else in between and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's about the life cycle. Usually it's, like, 2 to 3 on the normal, and then normal side, and then 5 or a little bit more on the longer side for people's, not growth, but time spent on current content, or current channel, or current persona.
Who knows? I could just be somebody else tomorrow.
Yeah, you could just graduate now.
Yeah. Bye-bye, Raimi. I'm
Bye-bye.
graduating.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Bye.
Gone forever. Yeah,
Hold on,
but...
let me go bye. Bye, Raimi. Bye. Bye, Raimi.
No, you gotta come back. We've only answered, like, 5 questions, even though we spent whatever
Where's the
long.
chair?
Look at the thing.
I don't see the thing. The thing is gone.
There. You see it?
Hold on.
You move down and to the right of it. Okay, yeah, down. Down a little more. A little more. Okay, a little to the right. Yeah. And then make yourself a bit bigger. You're tiny. Nope. That's the opposite way.
Yeah, I want to be small.
Okay, you could be however big you want to be.
Okay,
Your body, your choice, okay?
whatever.
Yeah, 10 years is a lot. I don't think most people will be around in 10 years. Or there'll be something different.
And
Or they
that's
like soft
fine.
retire. Like PewDiePie.
Yeah, that's fine. That shouldn't bother you. Things change, people change. It is what it is.
Yeah, just appreciate what's happening now. Or watch whatever who's still around because they could die literally tomorrow. They could graduate. They could, I don't know, be put in a coma. They could just be gone. So watch them now.
Don't remind me. But yes.
Next question. Last VTuber question, kind of. Does VTubing or hobbies like anime ever come into conflict with your religion, belief, faith?
No. Why would it?
I guess because anime is a little more on the looter side. Christians are very, like,
Well,
oh, I can't partake in that.
But they partake in movies.
Yeah.
Watching movies. They partake in watching plays. They partake in watching a lot of shit that, quite frankly, is horrible. I feel like, and this may just be me, I don't want to like big up myself, but I feel like I'm mature in my faith enough to look at something and go, yeah, I don't, it's not gonna bother me to a certain extent, but it's not gonna come into super conflict because I know what my faith is. I'm Lutheran, by the way. Not the gay kind! But yes. So, it's not gonna really affect that. But that just comes with, like, an understanding and time and maturity and stuff like that. If it bothers you, though, that let's say, anime is causing you to do things that God would not like, then get rid of it. If it's causing you to stumble watching VTubers, don't watch them. Is that simple?
Yeah, if you can't have the self-control, then just don't partake in the thing that lets you lose control.
Yeah, that's all it is. Because you're going to come into contact with material. I mean, you're on the internet. You're going to come into contact with people and things and images and all this stuff that, quite frankly, is terrible. Is horrible. You wouldn't want, we don't want kids to look at more than half the shit that you see on Twitter. So, I just keep in mind that a lot of that stuff ain't real for one. A lot of that stuff is not real. And two, an expression of the world that already hates you. If it really bothers you that much, then just step away, bro.
Yeah, and then, like, with movies and stuff, like, normal Western media, we're very okay with violence, like, very extreme violence.
Yep.
And that's technically just as bad as sexual, like, content, right?
Yep, exactly.
And it's also, like, like, sexual stuff is just part of, like, being an adult. Because, you get married, you have kids. How do you make kids? You be sexual with the person you're married to. So, like, acting like, oh, I could never
I didn't know that.
I could never do a sexual thing. It's like, if you want a wife and child, guess what you have to do, right? It's just, we're so taboo about the topic,
Yes, but those things are done within a marriage.
Yeah.
Those things are not done outside of marriage.
Are you saying I can't marry my VTuber? I can't marry my anime waifu?
Maybe, I don't know. I just think that, it's an interesting... You know what? Let's go back to that question about what I want to fix. One thing about the VTuber sphere, I have another one.
Okay.
And this is just like a message to certain VTubers out there. If they ever listen to this, please. I'm not trying to put shade on you, but...
They already hate us. They've already stopped listening. But go ahead.
I'm gonna say that... Why is it that these girls in general, they... You're more than your fucking VTuber. You know? Yeah, why is it that you constantly try to make your life more difficult than what it fucking is? You need other hobbies besides the internet. You need to touch grass. You need to have a life outside of this because this is not the end all be all of your life.
It is
You
for
are
them.
more than your VTuber. You are you. And God loves you. And you need to get your shit together. I see too many hikimoris, man. Or what are they called? Hikikokoriri?
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah,
I
the
see
neat.
too many shut-ins. Too many girls that can't cook, that can't clean, that can't do nothing. And it's upsetting. It's very... And that's like an aesthetic now, I guess, or something?
Yeah, there's a lot of fakers that actually aren't that, but pretend to be for, like,
Why the fuck
clout.
would you fake? Why? That's like faking being retarded. No offense to anybody. But it's like, that's kind of weird to me.
Yeah, because you shouldn't be proud of that. Like, I was that for a while, and I've been trying to get my ass, like, out of that, and I'm not proud that I've been that, and I don't want people to know me as that, right? Because it sucks. Yeah. It's horrid. You have a, like, really bad mental thing, you're not taking care of yourself, right? It's just awful. It's like being proud of someone for having cancer, like, oh, it's so cool that you have cancer! Wow, you're the cancer VTuber? OMG, right? It's like, they probably don't want that!
Yeah, excuse me, I had to cough. But yes, that's... yeah, it's kind of like that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I used to be that way for 2 years. I shut in for 2 years. I wasn't that filthy, though, as some of these people. But I know it's really depressing and it's terrible. But you have to work through it. Because you only have... What happened to YOLO? You only have one life, dummy.
Yeah.
You gotta live it. And you gotta live it beyond being a VTuber. You have to.
Yeah. Don't get, like, beat yourself up that you missed out, because then you'll just keep yourself down. Like, oh, it's too late for you, blah, 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 right? At least, like, no, you just... Who cares if you missed out in a couple of years? You can catch up. You can experience
yeah, you can
things.
Catch up.
You could be who you want to be.
Yeah.
And even if you want to be a very famous, rich, cool VTuber, you still need to touch grass for that fucking mental. So you don't get, like, into the downward spiral of, like, backstabbing each other and other dumb shit. Or, like, gooning with fans.
I feel like going outside gives you perspective in more ways than one. When you're outside, you're actually dealing with people, and all the troubles of, like, online shit, they don't matter. All of this stuff is vanity. It's gonna go away. You know what's not gonna go away? Your family. So do something about that. That's all I want to say. Do something about that. And I would change that. I feel like that mentality of constantly online, the idea that you have to be, and the grind that you have to put, that they feel like they have to put themselves through to be noticed in the industry. While that may be true, that's gonna affect your mental health. I feel like more VTubers need to care about their mental health.
Yeah.
That's all.
And again, like, most people only last about 5-ish, 3-ish years online.
Exactly. Yep.
So, this is also fleeting. Even if you try everything you can to, you might fall off one day. You might get Google Docked, cancelled, and it's over. Then what? You spent all this time on this, and now you have nothing else. You're gonna end up like Boogie.
What?
Boogie? You know Boogie?
I know who Boogie is, but how would they end up like Boogie?
Because he always like, oh, I can't get a job. Like, because no one like likes him anymore or like gives him money.
That's not true. That is not true.
He's
he
like,
was gonna
get a
job. He
I
was
can't
gonna
get a job
get a job,
fat and
but he
crippled.
talked shit, Raimi. We're not gonna watch the documentary or anything. They put him in the interview thing, and he was like,
I'm fat, nobody likes me.
He ruined the interview for himself. I saw it.
Yeah.
He was being a stupid fucking moron.
It's because they get too much of an ego, and they haven't like ever gone outside or anything, so they think they can't make it as something else. So then they get like stuck in the I need to keep doing this. I need to like be dumb, get money, blah blah blah. You don't want to end up like that. You should always have a plan B. You should touch grass, make connections that aren't just online. Because you don't know if the online will last very long, and you don't want to be stuck in a position where you have to do God knows what online, like show feet to just make rent. It's outside world isn't as bad as people think it is, right? They think
No,
of like
it's
one
not.
bad experience they had in the past, and they amplify that, and it spirals in their head, and they're like, I can never go outside, I can never do whatever. But I said it before, like on a tweet, like billions of humans before us have made it. They have like dealt with the outside world. You can too. You can make it. You can make it. Literally, like people have made it through awful, awful times and come out on the other side okay. So you can too. No matter how hard or awful it is. You just gotta keep trying.
I didn't want to be motivational. I'm supposed to be evil. Fuck this shit. Fuck everything. Stay online. Be dirty. I don't care. Be gross.
Yeah, less competition in real life if they're all online. That means it's easier.
Competition, girl, I'm done. I'm so happy. I don't have to deal with
This is...
competition. I don't fucking... I'm old. I don't have to deal with any of that shit.
That's a lot. You gotta deal with a lot. You gotta deal with a lot.
I know.
It'll
It's
get
not
better
okay.
and worse.
No, it will.
And better and worse. Over and over again. Time for the voice acting question, Sawa.
Oh no.
Your favorite. Okay, I
I
always
hate
cringe
those.
when I hear voice recordings of myself. Have you
You
ever
should.
felt the same at any point in time, or do you feel
Yes.
that way currently at all?
Always. Next question. Whenever I get that feeling of it's cringe, I just think about what do you really think Sawa could sound any other way? If it fits with the character, it fits with the character. If it doesn't, then that is cringe. If it does, then it's fine.
Well, any type of voice acting is cringe. You just gotta get over it. It's cringe.
Yeah. The whole thing is cringe. Acting itself is kind of cringe.
Just gotta get over it. Just be like, yeah, it's cringe, but guess what? Everyone else is cringe. You fit right in. You're normal.
Yeah.
I guess that's how you help with it. Any other advice for him not cringing at himself? Or just, you know?
I would say, just listen to yourself more. I know it's gonna suck, but sometimes it's so weird because I hear myself on a stream or somebody's playing my stream somewhere and I hear it and I go, that sounds stupid. Who's doing that stupid voice?
This is...
Who's doing that stupid voice? It was a Higurashi stream.
And I had to sound like this, you know? And I was like, what the hell is that? That's a boy on. Why are you watching a boy? Oh, it's me, Keiichi Matabara.
So yeah.
Yeah, every time I hear myself, I'm like, shut up, idiot. God, I know when I'm editing
You don't
this.
like your voice?
No, no one likes their voice. Who likes their voice besides a narcissist?
I like my real voice. My real voice is okay.
I just insulted you. I called you a narcissist?
Good.
But yeah, every time
I
I,
like
hear
my real
myself
voice.
back on recording, especially when I'm editing the podcast, I'm like, God, I keep fucking up and talking over the guest. God, shut up. No one cares.
No, you can. You can talk over me, Baka. Talk over me.
No, that's
I dare
bad
you.
form for the
I dare you
guest.
to talk over me. I dare you.
Bad form.
I dare you.
Bad form.
Look at this Baka trying to. Look at her. Look at her.
Just try to get better, but don't obsess and realize it's always gonna be cringe. Eventually it'll be
Yeah.
less so, but you're just gonna have to suck up. Suck up, be a man. Okay, next question. I don't know if it's been asked, but with Hood Sawa, you picked it up from others around you. Is there any
Yes.
influences like media or other people that inspired the other voices?
With this one, it was from Bubbles, from the Powerpuff Girls. And then with other ones, like New York Sour, that's my cousin. I make fun of my cousin that's why. And then, I don't know about other ones. I can't remember them off top. Other ones are me mimicking or copying somebody else's like style of voice.
Like the Timma one, and then what are all
Yeah,
your
the Temma
voices?
one, the Irwin one, which is like the nerd one.
I guess the boy. What's the boy
Which
voice?
one?
You,
This
the
one?
you yeah, that
Oh,
one.
this one, Raimi. Yeah. I don't know. I just do this one. This actually is closer to my real voice than anybody ever thought.
Oh my god, Sawa is a man with a voice changer.
Yeah! And I'm gonna steal your Oshi. Ha ha ha.
So it sounds like it's just
Oh.
mostly like family members or friends.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just like I picture a character in my head and I voice it like how I would think they would sound like.
That's a lot of fucking power.
Like with Lady Sour, that doesn't really from anything. I can't think of it. Maybe that weird lady from Flapjack. That's what people says it sounds like, and I can see that.
Wait, which weird lady? The whale?
The
Or
weird lady with the powder in Flapjack.
Oh. Maybe. I bet it's just subconsciously.
Powder.
Oh, yeah. That instantly
one?
sticked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's probably just stereotypes that you've heard over your life, and then you associate
Probably.
that. But it's like a
Those help.
hodgepodge.
Hmm?
Probably a hodgepodge in your brain, right? So it's not one character. It's just like, oh, this stereotype. It's funny, your Sawa voice is based off of Bubbles, because when I was younger, I would also imitate Bubbles, and then Cream the rabbit, and then other characters like that.
It's so cute. He does hear
Then
your
my
best
balls
Bubba.
dropped, and then I can't do it as easy anymore.
Let's hear it!
No, hold on.
Yes.
It sucks because I had to soften my vocal cords, and I can only do it sometimes. And you laughed at me last time I did it, like
I
a
did
year
not
ago.
laugh. I did nothing.
But sure, go ahead, deny it. Deny it like the politician you are. Oh no, I can't do it! My voice is too rough, fuck you, I ain't doing it. Okay, you ready for the next questions?
Maybe.
Are you willing to say what voice acting work you're involved in?
I would if I knew what it was. Whenever I get voice acting work, I just get it, and they don't tell me anything really other than here's the lines, and yeah, that's it. I don't really have a portfolio because of that, and I don't watermark my memes, so yeah, I could be anywhere. I could be here. I could be there. I could be under your bed, in your walls.
In your anime games. That'd be wild.
That would be wild. But yeah, I don't know. And I don't ask. Maybe I should ask.
That would be scary for a professional voice actor, because it's like, what are they putting you in? Will that hurt your, like, other chances at other projects?
No, because
But
you're
you
not
don't
gonna
care.
know. And
Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't
tell
care.
people to like I don't tell people. Sometimes I even deter it. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, don't tell nobody I was here. Bye.
Oh, I see, you're hiding stuff. You're hiding all the weird stuff you've been a part of.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I am. yeah, actually, yes. I've said some horrible shit. But it was funny. In my defense, it was funny.
But you don't have to defend it because it's not you. No
Oh,
name
yeah.
on it.
It's not me, no.
From what I remember, you've always just been like, yeah, just if I find it funny or if I like it, I'll do it for you, and then you don't have to credit me. Have fun. Bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye. The only thing I don't like are inside jokes. Like if somebody has a friend and they're like, could you do a shout-out thing for my friend and say this skibbity bullshit for my friend? I used to get fivers that were like that, and I was just like, really? Okay. Whatever.
Oh, yeah,
Not
that would be
creative.
annoying.
It is annoying.
But I guess if you're doing it for Fiverr, you're doing it for $5. One of them
Yep.
$5.
Yep.
Yeah, your policy has always been if it's funny or like interesting, you would do it.
Sometimes for free, but we don't talk about that. We don't
Didn't
talk
you used to
about
mostly
that.
do it for free? I feel like you mostly
Yeah.
did it for free.
I mostly did it for free, especially if I find it very funny. Everything I've done for Moonshine, I've done for free.
Some voice actors are very much like, you need to pay me now. I did one line, give me $100 now.
I will say, in their defense, getting a voice acting job is like very difficult. So everyone's trying to get that one spot, And that's probably gonna be one of the very few spots they get throughout the whole year. So they're gonna want to make something out of it. Whether I don't know if I agree with their amount, but they feel as though it's worth it for their
People
talent.
are doing this on shitpost too, like a one-off thing.
Really?
I can't remember the
On a
example, but like in the last month, there's like some person asking for people to say like one-off lines or something for a little project. And then the voice actor's like, you need to pay me like $100 if you want me to say like one line in your little fun project. I forget what it was about, but it was something like not serious or like a big acting gig. We're just like reaching out, trying to get voice actors on.
Well, here's the thing about that. I personally underestimate my talent. I'm gonna be real. Let's be real for a moment. I know I'm worth more than $5 per 100 words. I know that. It's bad, according to the industry, that I have these $5 per 100 words. It's bad. Because my talent should cost more than that. And if my talent is that, then other people's is gonna have to drop. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like they're comparing different levels, and if your level is not to where it should be, they're gonna let you know. And I've been told many times that, hey, you should actually charge such and such amount for the work that you do. And I'm like, but I don't want to, because one, I want to make it easier for indie creators to actually create shit. Does that, I don't know if that makes sense to a lot of people.
No, that makes
though.
perfect sense to me. That's the same with like art. There's a lot of artists that'll be like, oh, you shouldn't charge cheaply for things and
Yeah.
like whatever, because you're fucking all of us over because you're
Yeah.
setting the rate too low. It's like sometimes people just don't know their value, or they don't have a big enough market, or they just want to help people that don't have enough money out, right? People still want to do things. They still want to get art for like a project or personal. And sometimes they don't have like $200 to pay for something quick. So it's kind of good that there are some people that are willing to undervalue themselves, but people also abuse that, right?
Yeah, and that's happened to me a couple of times too. So, yeah. I get it. Maybe I'll change the rate someday. I don't know. I'm too lazy to. In fact,
What even is the
quite
rate?
frankly, I'm kind of done voice acting a lot of shit other than moonshine stuff. And memes here and there. But other than that, certain
Oh, you
people
don't-
send me scripts and I read it for them, but other than that, I mean, I'm kind of done with the whole like, oh, I'm gonna go to Fiverr and I'm gonna be a voice actor, guys. Or I'm gonna go here and apply for here and try to get that. Yeah, no.
You don't want to do the, like, trying to, like, climb up to get into big thing.
Yeah, I feel like it's not worth it for me because I don't technically care if I'm a professional.
Oh, you don't want to
I
voice the
don't
new
care.
Genshin Impact character?
No, I don't play it. I don't really care.
I'm sure most of the people that voice act for that don't play it.
Are you serious? They don't play the game?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not being facetious, by the way. I'm shocked by this.
well,
If
they
it
probably,
was
like,
me and I voice act that shit, I would be promoting the fuck out of it for free, and I would be there, and I would be playing the shit out of that game, bro. You best believe.
I'm sure after they get in, they're like that, but beforehand, it's just like, I want to get in Genshin because I know they have a lot of voice lines, and that's money.
Well, yeah.
And they
It's
just don't
money,
care about,
but-
like, the property, and then they get in, and they're like, oh, now I care. Oh, I was actually a fan all this time?
But it'd
Even
be so
don't look at-
exciting. And you get to hear other people's lines, because when you're in the booth, you don't hear other people's lines.
Yeah, you don't see how they react to you.
Yeah. And I'd be like, ooh, look at what they did. Look at it. Look at it.
You're like, damn, they
Okay,
suck.
got it.
They suck compared to me.
I don't know. Maybe it's something in the contract where they can't play the game. I guess. That'd be stupid.
No, it's not in the contract. It's just people, like, just want to get gigs, so they'll take anything, even if they're just, like, meh about it or don't know much about it. They just need that money, Sawa. They need them gigs. And speaking of gigs
Yeah.
and stuff, are you ready for the next spicy question?
Yes, I am ready for the spice.
What's your opinion on the, was it SAG and then SAG-AFTRA? Are they based or
SAG-AFTRA.
cringe?
Cringe. My opinion about them is that is that they were supposed to do something good. They did not, did they? They did not. What they are
What was
is an
that
actors
thing?
guild. They were supposed to stand up for them in terms of like AI and people's rights to not be fucked with by AI when it comes to like voices or acting in general. And what happened, guys? What happened with that?
I don't know what did happen.
What do you mean, what happened?
You gotta explain for the poor innocent viewer in the audience, because they don't know.
Should I find an article? But yeah, so the gist of it is, they are, in certain cases, in certain stipulations, they're gonna allow AI, and they're gonna allow, you know, bullshit into the industry, which they were gonna allow anyway, so.
There was the whole, speaking of Genshin, the Genshin thing, where someone was like boycotting but didn't say they were boycotting. So he wasn't doing his voice lines, so they just got someone else to replace him, and then there's the whole shitstorm because he got replaced.
Yeah,
And then people found out, oh, technically the SAG, SAG, whatever, union voice actors aren't even allowed technically to
they're
work
not
with
allowed
Genshin.
no, they're not. So I don't see why. Again, it's just a bullying tactic so SAG-AFTRA can get more money.
Yeah,
That's what
you had
it
to
is.
join them. You had to pay the, was it $2,000 or is it $4,000? I forget. It's like a shit ton of money, and it's like if you're like a newer voice actor, you're probably not making that much. But you can't pay that, and then you're getting bullied to join them. And then the more union people there are, that means more competition for union jobs, because you're technically not allowed to get non-union jobs.
Exactly.
Why
It's
would you
limiting
join?
your money. So I'm gonna read this from the game developer. They say here,
SAG-AFTRA's new agreement lets game devs use AI voices. Let's see. Per the Hollywood Reporter, the union and Replica struck an agreement letting developers, AAA and otherwise, to access top SAG-AFTRA talent and for actors to safely explore new employment opportunities for their digital voice replicas with industry-leading protections.
so again, what did they save you from? Nothing. Fuck all. And they took your money while at it. So that was some bullshit.
Take your money and put you in a dumb contract that you probably can't get out of for a couple like years or something. Why too, and waste of time.
Introduces an ethical approach to emerging use of generative AI. No. How about that?
You could argue if a voice actor gives consent to use their voice for AI, it's like ethical gen AI with images. You could technically just make one off of your own or people that have given you permission to, right? But what's stopping them from feeding more in there?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And why would an actor want AI to begin with?
I don't know. Maybe someone got tricked into be like, oh, like it'll be great, and I get like royalties or like I get paid a big chunk sum, right? And they don't think about long term.
Stupid. That's stupid thinking.
Be stupid
That's
people,
really
Sawa.
dumb. That's gotcha mindset. That's stupid. That's really dumb.
What else have they done besides the dumb union fucking mafia shit?
Well, that's what they are. They're union.
Yeah.
So they decide they are the representative of you. And people actually thought that they were going to fight AI and replica voices and shit, and they're not going to do that. They're not. If they were going to do it, good for them. But I know they're not going to do it. I know they're
Hell
not.
no, because there's money in that. They're gonna get paid to allow that shit, which they are.
Exclusive contracts.
Yep.
That's what they want. Exclusive contracts. So, no, they're not.
All about money. It's always, everything ends with money. Money really is one of the biggest, like, evils in the world.
I don't think it's evil. I think it's a tool. And I think a lot of people need that tool for their nefarious things.
I guess greed. Greed is what, like, one of the major sins, right?
Yeah.
You need money for economy and also, I don't know, big
Well, money
economy
is
stuff.
a representation of your work.
Yep.
You understand? Like, money is a representation of your time and your work, and that's why, like, well, Sour, you shouldn't be charging $5 per 100 words because that doesn't equally accept your work and all the hard things that it takes you to do these voices. It doesn't really. Like to me, doing these voices, I could do them all the time. I didn't have to practice for it. I didn't have to, like, do anything for it. I just do it in my head.
Damn, flexing your natural born talent?
I'll just do it in my head, yeah. I don't think it's like a talent or... I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just know that I can do it in my head. And if I can help someone on their project and I really like their project, I would be honored to do it. That's all. I feel like God has gifted me this talent to help people. You know, to brighten their day and maybe, you know, make them laugh a little bit.
Yeah, but that
So,
doesn't pay the
that's how I
bills,
see it.
Sawa. That doesn't pay the
What?
bills. Helping people?
I don't need
Helping
to pay
people.
no fucking bills. I have somebody else that does. Again, I'm in a very, I will say, I'm in a very privileged position that I don't really need to worry about that kind of shit right now. I mean, there's still bills, though. But it's not as bad as other people. So I
Yeah.
don't have to show my feet yet.
Don't want that double income, Sawa?
No, I don't want that double income. You can keep it.
It's just so hard to value and, like, put a monetary price on creative stuff. Because everyone is at different skill levels, and then, like, technically, it could take someone no time at all to reach professional levels of something. And it could take someone else a lot of time and a lot of, like, research and schooling to get to that level. It's like all that. So it's just hard to value that. And also, it's like, what will people pay for? What are they willing to put down monetarily for this thing? Because speaking on the art side, before I was like Raimi, before I did VTubing, I kind of did some art stuff. And I hated it all. I fucking hate the art community. But you may, like, price your stuff at the proper pricing. Like, let's say, like, $100 for a full body thing. Like, full background, everything. And that's kind of the normal pricing thing. But if you don't have an audience or customers to pay for that, then technically your value is zero. Because no one's
Yeah.
buying it.
It's like that with the arts a lot. Like, you have to put a value on you. And for somebody like me, that's kind of difficult.
Yeah.
That's kind of difficult. Because I'm not technically worried about what other people are doing, so I can't really compare it. So that's why I get kind of surprised when I get compliments about it. From other VTubers especially. And they're like, oh, you're so talented. Oh, I always laugh at your jokes and your stuff and all the voices you do. That's cool. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's because every other voice actor does that one anime voice, and that's all they do.
Let me
So the
do
fact-
the one anime voice. Hold on, let me do it. Oh, look.
Hold on, Grandma Shower has to think about what that voice is.
Oh my gosh! Hi, Raimi! Isn't it wonderful
fuck.
being an anime girl?
Wow, you're just like a student actor. Wow.
Wow!
We need to give you every role in every anime dub ever.
That would be so fucking funny. If there was a whole anime and it was just my voice.
It's your voice, but it's you doing the anime voice.
It's me doing every single voice of every single character and the whole fucking thing. And no one, and nobody knows it. Nobody knows it. That'd be fucking hilarious.
That would be funny. But no one would do that because they want credits and they want whatever.
Hey, are you an animator? Do you wanna do it? I'll do it for free, if it's funny.
If it's funny, I'll do it for free. And then we could trick people. See, we could trick. See, that was the first thing too. Lollybay told me. He's like, hey, we could trick people. I was like, huh? We could trick people?
We could be little
You got me.
shitlords. We could
Oh my
troll,
God.
we could trick.
We could trick people into thinking that you're an actual girl? Oh, yeah, buddy. Let's go. You had me at trick people.
What do you think? This isn't a question, but what do you think about the anime dub industry? Is very nepo, like super nepo.
Okay, on the one hand, I get it, because if you want somebody to read something and you need it now, wouldn't you pick a guy that you trust?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in a way, that's technically what they're doing. However, I don't think, and this is not, I don't know how to say this nicely, so I won't sugarcoat it. Some of them are not as talented as they say they are. Sometimes you need new blood. Sometimes, you know, we don't want to hear the same voice over and over again. Maybe sometimes we want, you know, something different here and there and everywhere. Maybe. But I guess we don't, because I guess we don't deserve it. I guess we we get what we deserve. The same people. What is it, like 5 or 7 people?
Yeah, like 7, 10, something around that.
Yeah, something around
very
there.
close pool.
And to be honest, their ranges are not that vast.
Probably because they never had to try. Because they just get all the roles.
Maybe.
You're like, oh, you want me to beat this guy? Okay, time to bring out that voice. Time to bring out male protagonist voice.
Well, if it fits, it fits. But I feel like sometimes it just doesn't fucking fit.
No.
It just doesn't fit. And if it doesn't fit, then I don't know what to tell you.
If it doesn't even fit in a funny way, then also, like, why?
Yeah.
So, doesn't fit in a mediocre way, makes the dub bleh. And then they cry, like, why does everyone shit on dubs? We tried so hard. It's like, maybe it's because it's the same fucking 5, 7 people doing the same fucking voices. Some of you need to fucking take more acting classes because your reading of this shit is bad.
I don't know, there's some more modern ones. I don't know if, Space Dandy. I like the Space Dandy English.
That one's not modern, that's like 10 years old, Sawa.
What? Space Dandy is 10 years old? No! No, it's not! No, it's not! Hold on!
It's about to be, or like, already did.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Hold on a moment. What?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's 2013.
Oh yeah, so it's over 10. That thing's 12 years old. That thing's a preteen.
What?
Space Dandy, if it was a human, would be a preteen.
I'm too old. I'm getting older, baby. This is bullshit. This is all bullshit. It was just around yesterday! Oh.
Wanna know a fun fact about Space Dandy?
Yeah.
Technically, the dub aired first in America before it aired in Japan.
Oh.
It was like a day. It got aired like a day before. I always bring that up when people argue about, oh, watch it sub or dub. I'm like, the dub is actually good, and it technically aired first, so it's the canon one.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I think why it's so good is because the animators and writers are Westaboos, right? So it just makes sense. It's very much a Westaboo show anime.
Yeah.
They literally have a High School Musical episode.
Let me look.
Oh, what are you looking up?
I'm trying to look up what the young whippersnappers are watching, and if I like their English dub. I'm trying to see. Latest anime 2024. We'll go 2024. And we'll. Oh no, I haven't seen.
Look up like
any
Demon
of the
Slayer.
dubs. I don't like that one though.
Yeah, I don't like that
mind
one
the
too.
anime, but I don't know about the dub. I didn't like the dub. I don't like
There's
any
like the
of
one with
dubs.
the white-haired anime boy that they all like now. I know that's very descriptive.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Nothing?
That just makes it more suspicious. What are you seeing, Sawa?
I'm seeing, there's a lot of vampire shit going on.
Oh hell yeah! Is it good?
I don't know.
Where's the I need the vampire anime and manga.
Are you into that? Do you like vampires?
Sometimes. Not the Twilight vampires. The Twilight vampires suck
Yeah, I
ass,
don't
and I
like that
remember when it
either.
came out, I was seething. Because it's like, vampires don't sparkle. They're not like this. You're all lame. I hate you for making this popular. And it also spawned 50 Shades of Grey. If we didn't have Twilight, we wouldn't have gotten 50 Shades of Grey.
Vampire Dormitory. Why does that sound familiar? Oh.
But why does it sound familiar?
I have read that.
Oh, you're about to give me shit.
Some of it. Huh?
You read it. You're about to give me shit for liking vampires, and here you are reading the vampire mangas.
Excuse me. I watched Vampire Diaries season. What? No, I never saw that. Hold on. What's that vampire anime? Hold on. Not Holy Night. Vampire Night. I saw Vampire Night seasons 1 and 2. And I did not hate it. So, fuck everybody. I want to watch Call of the Night. Is it good? Do you know?
No, I haven't even heard that one.
I hear it's Shota in it, but I don't care. There's a lot of anime.
No, Shota. Oh no, Shota. Oh.
Oh no. Oh my gosh, no.
Oh no, there's like a little lad in it with shorts in it. Oh no, you can't watch that, Sawa.
This is a young dude. Well, I mean, compared to any vampire, it's gonna be kind of weird because they're like thousands of years old.
Yeah. Well, that's the old stereotype. Like, it's okay because this Lolly's actually a vampire and she's like 10,000 years old, so it's okay.
I'm not saying any of it's okay. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that's
I
like
don't care.
the dumb fucking argument stereotype, which I don't think anyone's used in the last 10 fucking years.
They've used it around where we're not. Yes, they have. Yes. I'm not formulating the words right, but they have. They actually have.
Like, unironically?
Yes. Yes.
I haven't heard it unironically in a long time.
We saw DBZ PFPs.
Oh, really? Usually they're mocking that. They're mocking that argument. Saying it's still not okay. Well, I guess there's like an inner war in the Dragon Ball Z community.
If you're trying to say that, I don't know if you'll be taken down for this. If you're trying to say that pornography itself is bad, I understand that argument. But if you're trying to make like a scale of bad, drawing is at a it's at a very low scale of like shit I should care about.
It's not real. Then why should I care for drawing's feelings?
It's not necessarily about the drawing's feelings, it's about the person drawing it. And even still, why should you care about the person drawing it? How do you stop them? That's the real question. How do you stop a person from drawing? How do you do that?
Cripple their hand. Break their hand.
I don't know. I just feel like people are ignoring that point and just saying, "Hey, it's bad." Okay, we can argue about pornography being bad, but drawing it and actually a physical person engaging in it, to me, are two different fucking things.
Yeah. My philosophy has always been, if it doesn't involve anything real, then it's just fucking fiction. It's drawing. You might be disturbed by it. It might be fucked up. Just don't consume it. Just ignore it. Move on.
I feel like when it comes to, like you said earlier, violence, people don't make that argument, do they? Because I've played, what have I played? That had teenagers, like, dying? Was it, not Corpse Factory. Corpse Party?
Yeah, that one.
No one complains about that shit. Danganronpa? Nobody complains about that
kids dying,
shit.
teenagers dying, that's fine.
Teenagers dying? That's totally fine. That's totally fine. But, God forbid, you do a skirt up shot.
And see the panty.
That's bad. All of a sudden.
People in the 2000s were like, oh my god, video games cause mass shooting, oh my god. So they were kind of like that. And most people scoffed it off, and then they did a bunch of research, and it's like, yeah, no, this... You have to already be mentally demented to do that type of stuff, and consuming this type of stuff does not make you mentally demented to want to commit acts of, like, crime and violence. And the same with, like, drawings and stuff. You already have to be demented in the head to do that stuff. You don't make evil people because they looked at a JPEG. They have to already be instilled in their mind because of either like mental issues they were born with, or like trauma, or some other type of stuff. The fucking JPEG isn't gonna be the thing that flips the switch in their head where they start killing or doing sex crimes.
You'd have to find, like, if you were to, like, do this in court, you'd have to find the actual thing that caused it. Like, I remember hearing a comedian go, how many rape jokes lead to rape? Like, how do you go for, tell me the joke that caused it. It doesn't happen that way. It just doesn't happen. So you'd have to find a drawing that in some way caused them to think a certain way or do certain... I can understand the argument, though, which they never bring up, that you consuming certain things is a reflection of your personality. I understand that. However,
that's the point.
Material isn't what made you do it. It's you that made you do it. We should pull all the onus into the material. Especially, we can pull all the onus into their parents. We can pull all the onus into other stuff as well. So why a book? Or why...
Because it's easy.
Something?
It's clear. You just point at it. You don't have to think about the social aspects of everything leading that person to do that thing. You can just say, oh, this book made him do it. It's easy blame, right? It's like, again, with like the school shootings. They're always like, oh, it's the gun, it's whatever. It's like, well, he was bullied, he had a bad home life, or he was never told no, and like other things. But no, it's the gun. It's the video games. It's not everything else.
I will say it didn't help. But again, neither did his parents. So, I get...
Or the teachers.
Or the teachers.
Like anyone.
Or anybody that saw him, or whatever. You know, it doesn't... Or this culture in general. We could even blame that. It doesn't help. It doesn't help that everybody's on social media. It doesn't help.
No one wants to blame. No one wants to blame. They'd rather blame an object. Every time you've ever done something, it's clearly the object's fault. The object possessed me and made me commit evil acts, okay? It wasn't me. It wasn't the fault of other people neglecting me. It was the object, Sawa. That's what they think, I guess.
I'll try that in court next time.
Well, that's what they do. Or at least they try to. The thing is, you can't prove that unless they clearly state, that person states, yeah, I did it because of blank, right?
Even then, they could be mentally ill, and they may think that, like, the book talked to me, and it said I have to do X, Y, and Z, like that. But
people
chick
take
did
that and they run with it, and they're like, see, he said it was the thing, so clearly, actually, it is.
Yeah.
Again, people want easy blame. They want simple and shut cases, right? Simple. It's clearly this thing. Okay, shut the case. We're done. Put him in the jail. Put him in the sicko jail. Oh yeah, the next question. I should have brought this up earlier before we tangented about fiction content. Is it better to stay doing things just for fun or to have some monetization?
It depends. Because with monetization comes certain rules that you have to follow. And you could be a slave to your audience. So you have to be very careful. I'm okay with monetization up to a certain point. So I accept donos. I don't put ads on my videos. Because I already know I'd probably get demonetized. But yeah, I think that's okay for me. I'm doing it for fun because I have fun doing it. But yeah, I think just know your boundaries and what you're okay with accepting and what you're not okay with accepting.
And if you're doing it for monetization, then you always have to chase the monetization number, right?
Yeah.
Another thing is, right, if you do it for fun, then you just do stuff for fun. And if you do it for monetization, then you start losing the fun aspects, right? And then you have to...
Yeah.
And it's just all thinking about number. You have to keep track of things you used to not have to keep track of.
Do you keep track of number?
No. I'll sometimes just
Like-
look at it once in a few moon and I'm like, that's weird, that's wild. And then I move on.
Let me check my number. It's probably down because I haven't streamed in a while.
Honestly, the only
Yeah.
number I like looking at is like, who is my audience? Because that's interesting, right? Like, which
Yeah.
age demographic, and all that type of fun stuff. I don't like, oh, how much CCV did I have? How much number? How many subscriber gained? All
CCV
that.
changes too much. I don't like it.
Yeah, people get obsessed with that. Back VTubers like betting like racing horses, right? They're like, oh, this VTuber have bigger number, so F you. And then next stream they have a little lower CCV, and they're like, ha, she actually fell off, ha, get owned. I feel like that just
Kinda.
drives you insane.
No, it drives them insane, but not me. I think it's kind of cute. Because they don't, anybody who thinks like that doesn't really like content creation, I feel like. If you're too
Yeah.
focused on number, you really don't like, you're gonna burn out so like they're not, a lot of the people that have a lot of shit to say have never created anything ever. And it shows.
They don't realize everything fluctuates, and
Yep.
you can't look at one single thing. You have to look at an average. If you really care, you look at an average.
So I have 25 to 34 years old. 53% of my audience is around the same age as me.
Okay, we have about the
Actually,
same
I think
age
I'm a bit
audience
older.
then.
But yeah.
Uh,
And they
my
call me old! Fuck you! Fuck you!
You are old, Sawa.
I know.
Just crying about Space Dandy being 12 years old.
Shut the fuck! I thought it was around 5 years old at the most! I just
5 years
saw
ago was
it!
COVID!
10 years, it was more than 10 years old. I remember in college watching it!
College
Fuck
is long
all this.
gone, Sawa. It's long
Fuck all
gone.
this. I'm mad. I remember in my dorm watching it! Feel
Now
like
you're
this
40
is
years
cool.
old.
Ah! Ah!
I'm so old, Raimi. What's your next question?
Okay, if you didn't get into voice acting, what career would you have chosen? Even though voice acting isn't a career, but no.
Yeah, it isn't a career. If I had to go all the way back, I would have actually gone more heavy into voice acting. But if I couldn't do voice acting, I would have probably have been a botanist.
You are in
I
the
like
garden all the
plants.
time.
Yeah, I want to do something like bigger this year, but I can't do it. But yeah, I like gardening and I like agricultural studies. I like learning about plants. Maybe work on a farmstead or a homestead or whatever. Do content related to that. That would be kind of fun.
Why should you do content related besides like sharing like
Tutorials.
information? Yeah.
Yeah, it would just be
tutorials.
straight up tutorials and information about how to get started.
You should make a tutorials for are you a commie trying to make your commune? And none of you know how to grow a simple tomato plant? This one's for you!
Oh yeah,
Instead of
I
fucking grow
remember.
shit!
I remember, Chaz. And they put that fucking thin layer of cardboard and soil. And did you know that fucker has a degree in, what is it, urban farming or whatever?
What the
That
fuck?
guy had a degree!
How the fuck did he do? He must have like fucking cheated his way through that fucking
I don't know who gave him that degree, but I was very upset when I saw that. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? The plants are just dying. The soil right on top. It was terrible. They're terrible people.
I love all the people online that'd be like, oh, I could totally just start farming and survive.
No, they cannot.
It's like,
But
okay,
that's
start with
okay.
the house plant first. Start with the house plant. You
I
don't
don't
know
like
really
house
correct
plants.
yourself.
I like outside plants because they're actually easier to take care of. God does most of the work,
Are you sure? It sounds like you're in the garden a lot.
but I like being there.
What about like the herbs that you can grow inside?
You would need like a heating lamp for some of that here. I'm in zone 5-ish, I think 5 something, either A or B. So I don't know. It gets cold out here. But I think some herbs like it cold. I'll have to check again.
I know, yeah, there's like more hardy veggies you can grow and herbs. It still gets way too fucking cold and they would probably die.
Yeah, they do.
Bro, just plant that orange tree in your backyard even though that thing will not last.
Shut up, I'll try. I saw at the store there was a lemon tree they were trying to sell, but you have to bring it inside. And I was like, fuck you.
How do you bring a lemon tree inside?
You have to bring it, you take it outside in the summer, and then you have to bring it inside in the winter.
What happens when that thing's like a real ass tree, like a thick ass
It's a
tree?
dwarf. It's not gonna grow that big. In the Midwest, a lemon tree is not gonna grow that big.
What do you think about the weird trees that are like different fruit types? Like they grafted onto it, so technically
I
grows
had
like.
one. I
What
had a
happened to it?
hybrid. It was a plum, nectarine, and peach tree. I liked it. It
How long
was,
did
it
it
was
last?
a mistake of nature.
Yeah, it's wild. I think someone I know got one with 5 different fruits. I forget which one. I wonder if it's still alive.
Well, they all have to be like related to each other still. So the apricot, the peach, and the plum, and the nectarine, they're all related. They all have that pit inside too. So
Yeah, because trees are. Do you know the weird fact about trees? How they're very aggressive with each other and they'll try to kill each
Yeah.
other out.
yeah,
Plants are vicious. Why are they so vicious?
because there's only a limited amount of space on the planet, and there's only a limited amount that they're so close in proximity, so they're fighting each other for resources, just like VTubers. And then sometimes they hurt each other.
I mean that's with humans, animals, right? And I always find it funny that people don't consider plants truly alive, even though they act just like animals. They just don't understand them. Because they
Dude,
don't bark or squeak.
when I found out that plants were living things in my science book when I was a kid, I freaked the fuck out. I was like, but this shit don't move. What do you mean it's a living thing? What do you mean? It don't move, it don't say nothing. I
Probably
eat it.
they scream in pain, we just can't hear it.
Yeah, what they do is release a chemical. They also, I think there's a sound that they emit, but we don't hear that sound.
Yeah.
But they release a chemical, so when you smell grass, when somebody's cutting the lawn, that's their pain.
Why did they release that? Why did they, like, try to warn each other? It's not like they could move. It's not like they could run away.
They don't know that. They do move. It's just at a pace that we don't understand.
I know the tumbleweed could actually move. Right? When you see a
Yeah.
tumbleweed, it's not dead. It's just dried up and, like, moving to a better location with water. I can't speak.
Water.
Water.
Water. Water.
Water. Water.
Water bowl!
Yeah, plants are weird creatures. Weird animals, even though they're not an animal. That's why I think
Mold
vegans
could
are dumb.
be. We don't even know what the fuck mold is. We don't even know what the fuck, what is, not DNA. What is it called? A virus? Bacteria? We don't know a lot about that, how they work.
Oh yeah, viruses are weird. They're technically not alive, but they
Yeah,
like move and act. It's really weird.
yeah.
The world is a weird place, especially
Do
if
you
you get
know
into science.
mold can complete mazes?
What?
Yes. Mold
fuck?
can complete mazes. It can find the food that you put in a maze, and it can efficiently go and travel the maze and get it.
That's weird.
They tested
Is
it
mold-
with slime mold.
Is a mold considered alive?
Yeah. Why wouldn't it be?
Because there's like certain indicators for something to quote unquote be alive, like how viruses are not technically alive, and I forget the reasoning why. Even though they react and act to things. I don't know. Weird world. Ready for the next question? I actually like this
Yeah.
question. Whoever sent it in is based because of how they spelled it. What old internet things do you miss?
Everything is terrible. The website is kind of right now. It makes me sad. You're the Man Now dog. I used to visit that a lot. Isn't that? And I will say this: the memes that I'm seeing today are shit.
They are.
I used to
They're
see
not
better
original.
memes. I used to see quality memes. Shit that just made you laugh because it's stupid. I miss YouTube poops. I miss that kind of shit. Nowadays, everything needs to be a fucking paragraph. Everybody has to explain why it's funny, not just it's funny. It's just annoying. Maybe
And
I'm
people
too
used to
old.
make original like meme art, and now it's just like soy
Yeah.
jack.
Yeah, everything has to be based off of something else now. It's not original. And it's kind of annoying. Depends on what it is, but it's usually annoying.
Can't believe they bastardized that villain No GF into the monster he's become now. Out of all the Rage like comic memes, right? I'm surprised that one like made it through the test of time and has been morphed into the demon it is now. That villain No GF. It was that man. He had no GF for so long he went insane. Became a mutant. Anything else? I know I miss like how customizable sites used to be for profiles. Now it's just like template.
Yeah. You used to put music, you used to put your top in MySpace, you put your top 5, huh? Huh?
Yeah, and then you have like the 5 billion gifts that give someone a seizure.
Yeah. Play music is the minute somebody comes in to the page. Loud music.
Loud music, flashing lights. Oh, we need to go back. That's how we filtered the week, Sawa. That's how we covered the week. Anything else besides that? The atmosphere? How people treat things?
Know. I mean, there's some things about this new internet that I kind of like. I kind of like the fact that it's easier to find people, but it's easier to find people.
I was about to say.
Like it's too accessible for different groups that hate each other to be in one spot. It's like everybody's in ghettos online now. Nobody's in like a very unique space. Yeah, it's just one big ghetto and everybody has to get along, and I don't like that.
And if you try to make your own space, they get angry.
You know, that's why probably Discord is so popular. Because you can
make your own
be
server?
in there with your niche. Your niche.
But I hate how everyone's moved to Discord. So like you try to find information or like a mod for something and you're like, join the Discord. It's like, why don't you just have a site or something? Why do I have to join your Discord?
Even Reddit, they should have some kind of information on Reddit.
Yeah, then Reddit has all the same 10 moderators on everything, so it's not even segregated. It's all the same ghetto.
Too much power is concentrated to too few people. And you can feel it because the rules are kind of all the same, and they shouldn't be. Because certain areas should have certain rules dependent on who is there.
Yeah, but they can't, or else they don't get bank access. They can't make money on their site.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. The banks. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Well, the banks, like credit card companies, remember they're going after like anime stuff? And they're like,
No.
oh, you can't have this anime thing.
What?
Because whatever.
They are?
Yeah. Yeah, like Deep L, Deep Translation L, they got upset because they were translating some words like lolly and other things, right, properly.
Yeah?
And they got upset because how dare you have that? That's evil. That's bad. If you don't remove that, you can't have credit card money income.
What? I didn't hear
Yeah.
about that. I have to go check that now. That's wild.
There's like other sites, basically anything anime, even if it's like slightly lewd, if the credit card company gets a whiff, they get really upset at them. It was like a
Why?
big thing a couple times. Because they just
My
don't like
money,
anime.
though. Where's my money?
They don't like it, so you don't get your money.
What? But it's my money.
Well, too bad someone said they don't like it,
What?
so you don't
What?
get it.
What? What? Where's my money? It's my money.
Sorry, it's not. Even though we're in America now,
My
you don't get no free
money.
freedom. You don't get nothing. You want to look at that anime girl, that nice manga? Too bad. Credit card company says no because they feel threatened for some reason because of Japan.
Do people pay VTubers with a credit card?
If they donate with credit card.
Please don't do that for me. Please, I just realized that. That's debt. You're incurring debt. Stop
I guess
it.
debit card, credit card.
Don't do it.
But you need your
Please
credit
don't
score,
do it.
Sawa. They need the credit score for the housing market.
Please don't do it. Please.
Anyways, that's a dangerous topic. They'll get us if we talk too much into it.
Oh, I did not know.
It's fine. It's fine. Well, yeah, old internet stuff. Like you said, it's easier to find people, but it's also too easy. So, number go up. The normies are gonna get you, Sawa. They're gonna get you.
No. Do you really think they'd like me? Do you honestly think?
No, but they'll see you and they'll be like, I don't like this weird anime girl. I'm gonna write a thing on Twitter.
That nobody will look at, nobody will see, nobody cares.
No, they'll bot the likes so then people do see it because it's been botted.
Oh, whatever. That's all fake. Everybody sees. Everybody knows when they bought.
Okay, next question. You ready?
Yes.
Poi poi poi. When was the moment that you discovered you're disgusting weeaboo? Don't deny it. We're all in this together.
What? I'm not.
When did the anime touch you? When did you become a disgusting weeaboo?
First show I saw that I can remember seeing is Yu Yu Hakusho. But I just saw it as like, oh, this is a show? I didn't even think about where it's from or anything like that. I just went, oh, this is a nice show. Then I watched Tenchi Muyo. And I was like, oh, this is another nice show. This is fine. Then I watched another... It's like, I didn't think about where they came from. And I didn't think about, like... any of that shit, really. I just go, oh, this is a nice show. I'm not a weeb like you. I don't want to be Japanese. You think I want to live through that work culture? Hell no. Hell no. I don't want to... Do you think I actually want to live like that? No. I can't do that. I'm too
You don't want to be a
American.
manga artist and literally die from overworking at the age of like 38?
And sleep under your desk. That's painful to see, man. That's fucking painful. And to smoke and to drink and to like... That's just... That shit's crazy to me.
Yeah, they literally have to like drink to like let go of all the stress. It's like
They invite
normalized, right?
them. Because you have to go. You have to go drink with your boss, right? You have to
Yeah.
go drink with us, right? After work, right? No. Here we don't
If you
have
want to
that.
get up in the corpo, in the whatever business you're working for, you gotta go drink with the boss. You gotta do it appropriate. You gotta make sure you hold like the beer or like wine properly so that your boss is above you.
Yeah. You have to make sure they sit in the specific boss designated area. So they see the door. You don't see the door. You have your back towards the door. Because, you know, in case anybody comes in and tries to attack, they'll get you first. They'll get you because you're a peon and they'll get you first. Stupid. It's all stupid.
Yeah, I would only ever visit Japan. I would never want to live there.
I don't even want to visit, to be honest. I don't even want to visit. I like America, and I'm fine with that. I don't think visiting Japan would help me in any way. I mean, some
I
places
just wanna
look
taste the
really
food.
cool, but it's the food. Yeah, a lot of the food looks good, but I like America food.
Oh, you like the processed slop?
What are you talking about? Ribs? Smoked ribs? What you talking about?
Talking about that
Processed
beautiful American
slop?
junk food and fast food. Good old Mickey D's.
I don't eat McDonald's. I'm talking about like buffalo and brisket.
Oh, people
and...
thought buffalo like went extinct because sometimes I'll bring up buffalo and they're like, "What? I thought they all went extinct." It's like, no, they're mostly in farms now. They're not like wild, or at least on like Yellowstone. But they're not extinct. I understand in history they said they killed like billions of them, but there's still some around.
Yeah, they came back because people wanted to eat them.
Yeah, they taste pretty good.
Yeah. So, it's that kind of stuff, you know? America has a lot of stuff that's nice.
I guess. But they don't got that authentic ramen. They don't got
Whatever.
the other stuff.
I'm gonna say something. This might offend some Japanese people. I hear a lot of their stuff is not processed. What does that mean to them? Because when I see people like travel there, a lot of that food I go, that's processed. That isn't a package. You open the package and you're eating it. How the fuck is that not processed food? It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Yeah. If you're
Oh,
going
let's
for
go to the
snacks.
company snacks and all that shit. That's all processed. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So what? Do they just have food that I'm not seeing that's not processed?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of cool restaurants and stuff. It's not coming to mind right now, but I've seen a lot of videos. I live out my weeaboo fantasy through the evil people that go to Japan. And they go, wow, look at this cool restaurant. And I go, damn, that looked good. And then I can't have that here.
I don't mean to, hate on Japan, but I don't think... Like, coming from an American mindset, going to Japan, I feel like would be too much of a culture shock for me. I don't know if I could handle it.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I'm not saying, like, the culture is good or anything.
Like, where I'm from the Midwest. And you walk around and you say hi to people and stuff. I only know of one place in Japan you can do that, and that's Osaka. And I don't want to just stay there. I want to go around, you know? So I don't think
that in America, though, too. If you go to, like, New York or any of the bigger cities, people are very... Don't look at you, don't acknowledge you.
Maybe it's just a city thing.
Yeah, I think it's a city thing.
Maybe if I go out in the country, of like Hinamizawa, they'll be like, howdy y'all. Welcome to Hinamizawa.
I have heard that if you go to the more rural areas, it's more calm. And they're more friendly, usually. As long as you're respectful and you're not like being an asshole like all the influencers.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. That's crazy.
Most people are actually tolerant if you're a good person and not annoying. Who knew, Sawa?
I didn't know that.
Wow,
I thought you were supposed to go on the train and annoy people and play your music loud and dance. That's what I thought.
Jump on the trees and what else did they do? Pee in a corner?
Pee in a corner at the Airbnb. And put a fish on a taxi. Yeah.
God bless IRL streamers. Okay, next question. What elements of a story hook make you say I'm going to put my time and brain power to basically finish a story? What makes you keep reading a manga or watching an anime?
Two things. One, they have to have some kind of character that I give a shit about that goes through an arc. If they don't go through some kind of struggle, I'm not gonna read it. I'm not gonna watch it. I want to actually see the conclusion of it. Right now, I'm reading, hold on, let me open this up. Good Night, Poon Poon, I think it's called.
Good night, Poon Poon.
And I don't like it, but I will continue to read it. Because I want to see how this shit concludes. So there, it has to have a character in it that goes through some shit that I am interested in. Even if it's bad, I will read it if it has that.
Really? Because I remember you giving me shit like a year ago because I said I only like reading or watching stuff that has like suffering or a thing happening. Because I don't watch moe much.
It's not all about suffering. It could be about just the personality change, for better or for worse. But I think, like, I don't know. I just think that also the art helps. Good art helps. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Good art helps. But yeah, or if it's so fantastical, I can't believe that they actually wrote, because Corpse Girl, my goodness. That game, that visual novel, I was like, what's gonna happen next? Well, how bad can this be? Let's see. But yeah.
You like a little train wreck? A little...
Yeah, a little
freak
bit.
show.
A little shout and frown.
Yeah, so it just has to be interesting. It just has to be interesting, even if it's like meh. But I guess if it's interesting, it's not meh.
Well, I have to think to myself, What the fuck were they smoking when they wrote either that or, oh, this is actually a good psychological or philosophical representation of blah blah blah. I will continue to read this.
Okay, what's like a turn off? What makes you just instantly drop something?
Mary Sue character? That's a big one though. If there is inconsistent world building, I will drop it. Because there are rules, and if the mangaka is not following by their own rules, we're gonna have a fucking problem. Because then they're going by the audience, and the audience's rules. That's what happened with Chainsaw Man. And I dropped that shit so hard.
It could also be like too strong-handed by the like editor or their manager, right? They're like, well, I know where you're going with this story, but you need to change it slightly to cater to better numbers.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they don't even know what the fuck they're doing. They just have a concept, and they're like,
Oh, let me just write for this concept and everything will be fine.
no, it will not. You have to plan this shit out. Please plan this shit out.
Have to at least plan major things. The rest of it you can kind of figure out as you go. Core element, you need that. You should know the start, middle conflict of your story, and then how you're going to end it. That's what you should have down. How you get there could change slightly depending on like I don't know, the time you're writing, drawing it. But core elements, start, peak, and end need to all be somewhat concrete.
I'm not a big Yuri person. I'm not a big, what's the other one? Yaoi? I'm not a big that person. That will immediately turn me off. I don't know. I think that's about it. I feel like the Mary Sue character is like really bothering to me. I think Legend of Korra is a good example of what I mean. Cause she didn't go through shit. She didn't learn anything. It was a waste of time. If a piece of media feels like a waste of time, that really bothers me. I want to feel like coming out of it, I learned something about myself and about the author.
Yeah.
But if I didn't, then I just get mad.
Well, even if you drop it, you learn something about the author because they're a shit author.
Whatever. I'm gonna suggest a manga that I read recently. It's called, do you know this girl?
Konoko shirimasen ka?
What's it about?
I thought it's about a guy who's in his 30s, his mid-30s, and he meets a young girl, like really young, like tiny. And I thought shit was gonna go left. No, it went right, and then left, and then right. It's a crazy story. I like it a lot. But he meets this girl, and he ends up. What he wants to do is he wants to escape, and he wants to live his best life. And he steals a car from his job, and he leaves. But he didn't realize that she went with him. So they go on like a little adventure and stuff. And I'll leave it at that. You have to read it. It's really good. But unfortunately for me, they stopped translating it at chapter 40. So,
oh God.
So I have to learn the moon runes. or get some kind of way to figure out how to translate.
That's why you're shilling it. Shill it, more people read it, and then maybe someone will translate more.
I know! So read it, and then translate chapter 40 to, I think, volume 7 or 8. You must finish it for me. Yeah.
It's power and money to pay someone to. That's a lot of time and effort.
Can I do that?
Yeah, there's translation groups.
It cost?
I have no idea. But I know people pay for that. There's like a manga that is either half translated or isn't, and they'll pay someone to help like translate it. You'd have to ask someone that knows about like the fan translation community.
Cause I have half a mind to do it. 'Cause it's so good and I want to read it!
You hear that? Sawa might pay some poor person to translate her adventure, maybe romance manga.
It's not romance.
You should have said you turned left, then right, then left, then right.
Dude. You don't. I just linked it to you. You have to. The tags are
Drama, horror, supernatural, mystery.
Oh, you sold me with those two. Horror, supernatural. Okay.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, you know us. Yeah, it gets so good, and I'm mad I can't finish it.
Okay,
I
well,
wanna
chill. If they make
finish.
it this far into the fucking thing, maybe someone will hear. The 10 people watching right now. Or maybe one of them will contact you, be like, "Oh, Sawa, I know the fan translation people. Here you go."
Oh,
That's thinking highly of watchers and being helpful.
I have a good fan base. I have a very vast fan base. A lot of the people that watch me are game devs.
Next question.
Okay.
In a world where children have to use the internet to keep up in school, when would you let a kid loose on the internet, and how close do you need to watch them?
Why? In school? You don't really
Yeah, in public
need,
school.
Oh, don't send them there. You homeschool them.
Or what if they can't? What if they don't have like the time
You
or
can always
resources to
homeschool them. That's a lie. You could always make time. It doesn't, because homeschool in general, like, there's a lot of misconceptions about it. Just because you went to school for 8 hours doesn't mean homeschool has to be 8 hours.
True.
It doesn't
Someone-
have to be the same thing as what you went through. It could be catered specially to the kid that you're dealing with. Homeschool usually takes 1 to 3 hours for most people. Not that I would know, but oh no! Whatever.
Uh-oh.
Whatever. If you need information, just contact me. Just contact me.
Wasn't it gonna be like a dumb law passed where you're gonna get in trouble for homeschooling?
That failed.
Oh, thank God.
And the bitch that promoted it was just the other day on the house floor going,
Oh my gosh. The children. Think about the children.
what a fucking bitch. That shit wouldn't have done anything to save anybody.
Especially for kids that are in bad school districts, I guess is the term. Right? You send them off to there and then they get a shit teacher, shit environment, and then they don't actually learn because no one's being taught anything because all the kids are rowdy and on their phones.
It's worse than when we were in school.
Yeah,
At
I
least
know, I've heard.
when I was
I've
in
heard.
school. And even when I was in school, it was bad. So, like, now, when I think about it, I just go, hell no. We ain't sending nobody nowhere. Oh, gosh.
Let me rephrase the question then, where,
Okay.
when do you think kids should have access to the internet? And can you, like, hover them and make sure they're not doing anything bad and stuff like that?
They can only access what you allow them to access. So if you really want them to feel like they should be on the internet in any capacity, one, no social media. They don't need to be on there. They don't need to be social with anybody. You have to realize, like, the internet is a two-way mirror. So it's like people see you and you see people. They can't give any information about their personal self. They can't do any of that shit. So, like, whatever age you think they can handle that responsibility, okay. But for me personally, probably like 15, 16.
If you really think they could handle it.
And no
Some-
social media at all till they're 18. No social media.
I would also limit how long they're on there, right?
Yeah, you
Don't
can
want
do
them
that.
to
There's
become a
so many
VTuber.
tools. You know, we have so many tools and so much tech in that field. You would think more parents would use it, but they don't.
Because it's too much work, right? The reason why they give them the iPad and the internet is so they don't have to parent. So why
Yeah.
would they install the parenting apps and everything on that technology? And then their kid joins a Discord and then they become a furry.
Well, I mean that just that you can tell. Like that. I feel like there's other signs besides like being online and stuff for that, cause that was around even before.
Yeah. But
So
there's a difference between enjoying like a good like animal cartoon thing and then being a furry.
yeah. You also have to keep in mind, and this may be a bit not safe for YouTube, but I'll just put it this way. You have to keep in mind that in every single community, there's going to be predators. Every single one. Especially if it's a kid community. Like that penguin shit, Club Penguin.
Oh yeah.
There's probably predators in there. Roblox,
Roblox.
there's probably predators in there.
Oh, it's
And you
real
have
bad
to
over
be
there.
again, you have to be very careful because sharks like to be around fish. You have to keep that shit in mind. And yeah, just go in knowing that hey, this you gotta watch out for this shit.
You also have to teach your kids like what to look out for.
Yeah.
Which I guess they don't do anymore. They don't teach them online safety. So little Timmy's using his full name on Twitter. And they're posting
like
God knows what.
I feel like online groups like Facebook have ruined that. I feel like
But-
Facebook, the concept of Facebook, where you put your whole life online, that really popularized it. So people, so boomers and some people in our generation are just like, yeah, I'll put my whole life online. What's the worst that could happen?
Lose your job if you say the wrong thing. That's what the worst could happen.
Well, it depends who you are and what job you're trying to get.
Yeah, that's why you just can't say the wrong thing of the current
I haven't heard
time.
of any politician's son or daughter getting not a job because they said something retarded or did something retarded.
That's because they have
online.
connections, Sawa.
Exactly. I think too more people need to give your kids activities that are not online. Like even if it's a computer game, just turn off the offline bullshit. Just turn off. Just
kids
make it
games?
offline. Huh?
Topic that came up was there's no real like kids, like pure kids like media or games and stuff like that anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. It's crazy.
There's like no place like in real life to hang out as a kid.
Well, there's a library.
Kids won't want to go to a library. That's not cool,
There's
Sawa.
certain children's museums you can go to. There's certain children's, like... It's not enough. I will say it's not enough. But... You have to, like... There's church activities, church functions. I will say in terms of media, though, I feel like there is less. There should be more. But there's less.
Because everyone's
like
just
humongous
using the YouTube slop.
There's no humongous entertainment anymore. I don't know if you know what that is. It's
Explain
the
it.
company that made Putt Putt. Save the Zoo.
Oh, yeah.
They made point and click adventure games. I played all of them. But yes, there's no of that. There's no Reader Rabbit anymore either. There's no like everything is a subscription-based program system that has to be connected online. And I don't like that. I just want to buy the game, have it work. I don't need day one DLC for a fucking kids game. I hope not. I hope
Fucking horse armor for like
Oh no.
horse armor for the ABC game for your child.
Yeah, there's no I think there was one called the Learning Company or whatever. There's a lot of back in my day, you would play a game about math and towers and wizards, and you'd go all the way up that tower. Yeah, there's a lot of like educational games and stuff. Now it's
There's
just
even like new cartoons or anything. They all kind of like faded away.
yeah.
Too much stuff is like for the general audience, and the general audience is usually teenager to adult. Well, that's kind of sad.
It is sad now that I'm thinking about it. It's too sad. Next question.
I guess you just have to use old stuff. You just gotta make the old stuff work on the new stuff.
Yeah, that's what I have. I have 2 old laptops that I have to fill up with old kids' computer educational games that I get for free.
Oh, this one's a fun one. We all agree politics is cancer, but is there a
Yes.
good way of doing politics as a streamer VTuber without being a lol cow or being insufferable?
Easiest way is to never take yourself seriously. But politics itself wants you to take yourself seriously. By its very nature, by you talking about things that you cannot control, you are taking it seriously. So if you want to talk about it, just realize that I mean, it's so difficult because you end up talking about shit that really does not. You have no ability to change it. Other than like saying shit, it's like a fart in the breeze. It's like really nothing ever happens.
Well, if nothing ever happens, then you don't need to take it seriously, right?
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Whenever I talk about politics, I just go, yeah, it is what it is. It happened. I want to make a joke about it, but I don't have any like lofty ideas about it, like a lot of other people do.
And you have to also realize, even if you're like serious about it, people aren't gonna take you seriously if you're like a VTuber or something.
Hell no, and they shouldn't. I'm gonna be real with you on that. They shouldn't. They should take at least, if you have if you're speaking truth, you're speaking truth. But just know, you're a fucking anime avatar on the internet. They're not gonna take your shit seriously. And
Or
that's
like the
okay.
classics, a JPEG, a moving like cross-arm JPEGs on a YouTube video.
And they didn't take their ass seriously until they showed their face and put their fucking name to what they were saying. So I get it. They want you to put your, skin in the game, but I feel like if they're saying something truthful, then okay, but I don't know, man. I'm on the fence about that one. I think it's goofy.
We're gonna try to get this guy elected, guys. Let's try to get this guy elected. What's his name? Jadolf Jitler? What's his name?
Jackov
Like, what
Jiller.
the fuck? Yeah. It's just like, what the fuck am I? Me as a VTuber, I'm gonna get into politics and talk about very serious They won't even let me say suicide, murder, kill. What the fuck kind of world are we living in where you're trying to do serious political talk nowadays and you can't say someone killed themselves without YouTube getting all, fucking pissed about it? There's no way you can be serious on this fucking platform. None.
Apparently they loosened up on that a little bit.
They
Like,
did?
yeah,
Good.
Wendigoon said last like year or so he's been not censoring those words and he hasn't been getting like demonetized as much anymore.
Good. Because that was so annoying to hear that was happening.
Unalived.
And then listening
you have
to
to
some
say
of these
unalived,
VTubers
Sawa.
say unalived. It's just sick. It's just stupid.
It's like it means the same thing, so we're talking about the same thing. So you're just making people use dumb fucking words.
No, yeah, that's stupid.
Oh no. Hate advertisers. I hate them. Don't like them, and I hate when people like run to them and like cry about, oh my god, this person, this platform that you advertise on is like saying things I don't like. It is bad for you, so you should pull funding on that site. Get rid of this person. I don't like them. Remove their ads now.
Did you see the model? Like... Remove the ads.
Remove their sponsors now. Put this man in the street now because he said a thing I don't like.
Whatever.
Have to take yourself unseriously. But if you want to be serious, then that goes against everything that you're trying to do as a political VTuber streamer.
I mean, you're trying to change the world in a certain sense. You're trying to promote a specific political idea. Imagine trying to do that. Like, imagine a Twitch thought trying to promote a political idea. You're gonna get distracted. It just makes sense that we would be distracted by that. You know?
Yeah, they'd be
Her
like, oh, I like her
outfit.
though. I'll do whatever she says. She said vote for jacking off, whatever Hitler. I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah. But you understand, like, it takes away from the intellectual debate if
Yeah.
she's wearing a bikini.
Are you
It-
saying
it
you
just
don't want the
does.
political debates to be in swimsuits?
I'm just saying I'm not gonna take you seriously. That's all I'm saying.
Also, I feel like the only thing people have control over is like very local things. As a single person, you're not gonna have that much control, like influence. And if you're on the internet, most people will not be local. You can't even influence like something you could change, which is local. And I feel like people need to care more about local stuff, like your governor and like state stuff, right?
Maybe you could highlight something that could potentially in some way do something. But quite frankly, that's very rare.
Yeah.
That's extremely rare. Mostly you're regurgitating information and ideas that you got from somebody else. But
That's
if you can
another-
package it in a way that's digestible for people, good for you. But if you're packaging it in the face of a fucking anime character, there's gonna be a lot of people, especially from that realm of the internet, that are just gonna go, ew. They're just gonna go, ew.
Yeah.
They're just not gonna take you seriously at all.
And another thing is, like, if you're a streamer, VTuber, or content creator that does politics, eventually, what happens to a lot of them is they get corrupted, and then they just start saying whatever their audience wants to hear. Just so they could keep getting, like, money, number, stuff like that. And it becomes disingenuous, and then you're not even doing it to push, like, for change. You're just doing it to cater to the audience.
That's what happened to Hassan.
Yeah.
He's like the best example of that. Remember
Like a
when
bunch of them.
Remember when some chick went up to him and was like, you need to support Palestine. You need to support Palestine. But you're drinking Pepsi on your stream. You're drinking Pepsi. And he's like, I won't do that ever again. I'm sorry. I won't do that. No.
Yeah, because he doesn't
fucking
fucking
funny.
fine, because he's not saying what he believes. He's saying what his audience wants him to believe.
He's gonna drink Pepsi again. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he drinks it off stream.
Yeah.
Everything they say and like do, they just do off stream. Even like politicians, even like real flesh and blood politicians. Don't look at me like that.
I'm getting depressed. Thank you, Raimi. I hope you're happy. I hope the person
that's
who
just
asked
reality.
that question is happy. You made me sad.
I am.
What up? What's the next question?
Okay, next question. Okay, here's a fun one. Given what
Okay.
all of you've been through in life, any advice to give younger ones, people coming out of high school or going into college, etc., on life in general and what to do? Any gems of wisdom from your personal experience?
This is gonna rub some people the wrong way, but I don't care. I honestly think you should join a church. That's been very beneficial to my mental health. If possible, you consider Lutheran. If possible. I think coming out of high school, going into college, I would have to ask you what sex you are.
Probably male.
Because if you're male, what degree you're gonna get? Because it all depends. I think college back in my day, I could be a very rambunctious, shitster in college, and no one would really care about my political affiliation, if that makes sense. Nowadays, it's seeped into everything, so you have to be very, 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 very careful. If you're going in, even if you're going in for STEM nowadays, I hear is bad. I just go around, get the
like vibes of the college you're gonna go to.
Because you don't know nowadays how bad it's gonna be, and I hope I hope things work out. But nowadays, I would not go back to college. I didn't go back to college. I was supposed to go back. I didn't go back. Life in general, I would say if you're gonna do anything, you're gonna have to realize that life has a lot of ups and downs. But if you're doing things for God, at least in my perspective, you're doing things for God. Like anything you do. I used to clean toilets for a living. But I thought about what God would want me to do, and He would want me to clean toilets and help old people and stuff, right? So you're doing it for God. You don't think about yourself at the moment and how shitty your life is cleaning toilets. think about how that position and how God puts you in that position to do something. Because I know a lot of people my age, they're doing a lot of shit jobs. We kind of got the low end of the stick. We're kind of doing all sorts of things. Uber, fucking, cleaning dog shit, lots of stuff. People are working like 3-4 jobs, some of them, to pay off fucking loans that don't amount to anything. So, it's kind of, you have to think of it in terms of beyond yourself. Because if you think about yourself in the moment, it's shit. But if you think about yourself in the long term and where your life is, you'll be fine.
Honestly, I would say just probably don't go to college. Research,
Yeah.
like trade school. A lot of places you don't necessarily need a degree. What you need is experience, and even for starter stuff. So you just need to find some way to get experience, or bullshit that you do have experience.
I didn't say that! She did! I didn't say lie!
Okay, just, fluff up the truth a little bit, you know?
Fluff up, okay, that sounds better. Fluff up the truth, yeah.
But college isn't worth it most of the time. You'll just be in a lot of debt. And then you might not even get a good job with that degree. So, like, if you really need to go to college, research what that degree actually gets you, right? Research jobs you want. What are they asking for? And also, trade school is very, very profitable. Like, any job you get from that is very profitable because everyone was told to go to college for a fancy, like, business or whatever degree because that's where the money is, but everyone went to that. And now everyone's getting mass laid off. Job market shit in all those areas, like coding, business marketing, all that.
Well, I will say
trade schools,
it didn't help that they let anybody just graduate. Because some of the people that graduated, they should not have graduated, in my opinion. They're very dumb. They're very stupid. But since they had money and they paid for the degree, they get it.
Yeah, they paid for it and they somehow passed the final, so they get the little paper that says they're totally good at whatever they're doing. And then none of them still get jobs.
Oh, some of these got jobs, and they got jobs fucking grading my papers. And I told them off because they don't know anything about metaphysical representations of shit. Stupid motherfuckers thinking that they can just grade my paper. Never mind, I'm not gonna tell it. I have a degree, by the way. I have a degree. Should I say what it is?
Sure, why not?
I have a degree in political science.
What were you gonna go back for?
In law. I was gonna be a lawyer. I also have taken almost every single philosophy class in the entire fucking university. It doesn't help me in VTuber shit, but yeah!
You're saying your political degree doesn't help you with VTubing?
No, it doesn't. No. Who would have guessed it?
Yeah. I don't know.
I was gonna be a professor, is what it was. I was gonna be a professor of political science and the basics, obviously. All the isms, all the stupid isms everybody picks, and political psychology.
You can use that for homeschooling. Homeschool your kids that at the age of like 10.
Never. They don't need to learn that. That's scary stuff.
Bro, what if they try to get a political degree just like you?
What I could actually use this degree for is paralegal. I could use it for working on political campaigns, which I have before.
Well, so that's your voice acting stuff you can't talk about?
I can't talk about it. No. Imagine a political ad and this voice comes out.
Oh my god. That might happen in like 20 years or so.
Vote for Raimi. She's the best. Oh,
Vote
that
for
would be
me.
cool.
Never vote for me.
Why not?
I'm an idiot. And I know every
Well,
other
I thought you were
politician,
gonna say
whatever, is
you're a
an idiot.
woman. I would be like, okay.
Someone asked, like, oh, name like a good woman politician, and I'm like, every major one kind of sucked ass.
Really? You couldn't find one?
Not that I could remember. I only know all the ones that tried to run for president or like a big talking point in Congress. I only care about local shit.
Okay.
I have a couple questions left. Okay, you ready?
What? Yeah.
Okay. The big boy questions. Are you ready, Sawa?
Yeah.
What makes you happy?
My family and my garden.
Is that it?
Yeah.
What about like manga?
Meh. It depends.
What about
Oh yeah,
God?
and VTubing. I have to get VTubing. I forgot about that. But yeah, my family and my garden.
That's pretty reasonable. Why does your garden give you like happiness?
Because I'm out there in the dirt. Building stuff. Making stuff. Yeah. Watching stuff grow. Getting fresh air.
Say that about family too.
What about family? Oh yeah, that.
Watching it grow.
Watching it grow. Oh God, don't remind me.
Okay, for VTubing, would you say watching VTubers or being a VTuber?
I kind of if I'm not around anymore, I'd probably be a clipper. I kind of like the idea of that a little. I've come around to it. I need to figure out how to do it, but if you don't see me anymore, I'm a clipper.
She's one of the 500 clipping channels out there. You'll never know. You'll never know, Sawa.
Yeah, that makes me happy. I like learning new things, and gardening provides that too. That you learn, you constantly are learning on the job.
Yeah, and everything's different every season. And then there's like magically a new like
Yeah.
insect or slug or something is eating your crops and you have to learn about it.
It's fun.
And the birds. It's funny how nature tries everything it can to ruin your crops.
No, birds, if you have enough like beetles flying around, they'll eat them. It's fine.
But they usually sometimes
You
eat your
gotta have a
fruit
good
or veggies.
ecosystem. Well, your veggies, you're always gonna have veggies that die. You just
Yeah.
have to remember that in your head.
What about the squirrels? I hear those are a big problem.
Depends. Depends on what kind of squirrels you got. Depends on how nice you are to them. I'm not very nice. So they
Hang
don't...
them up on little crosses when they, you know... when they eat too many... fucking, like, I don't know, tomatoes. You catch that fucker and you
They don't eat
show an
tomatoes.
example.
What they do is they are stupid, and over, like before in the fall, they hide their acorns and their nuts and shit in your beds, in your garden beds, and
I've seen those
they don't
fuckers eat
remember.
pumpkins.
They don't remember where they put them, so they're thinking, "Hey, I'm gonna go and dig up your shit." And I'm like, "Hell no, you're not digging up my shit. That's not where you put that."
Put that there
But they
5
don't-
years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, did you know in the winter, fall, their brains actually expand so they can remember where they put that stuff? Like,
No way.
biologically, their brain expands so they get a little bit smarter.
That is so cool.
Wonder how it works, right? Because if they put that stuff in spring and summer and they don't have the brain capacity to remember, how do they remember when brain get bigger?
Yeah. Is their frontal lobe or something getting bigger, or is it like what?
I forget which part it is. It's just their brains expand a little bit.
Wow.
Get a little more brain cell activity.
That's so cool.
Okay, Sawa, another big question. Bring it around a little bit. Who is Sawa? Who are you?
Sour is a rambunctious girl who is not really me, but a character.
Yeah, that's all it is. in real life, I'm very, not like this. So yeah.
Who you are, huh?
I'm pretty quiet in real life.
Me too.
What do you mean? What? But I will caveat it by saying, I am a tsundere in real life. And I will tell you, not many guys want to deal with a tsundere in real life. For all you fucks out there, they're like, oh, I love tsundere. No, you fucking don't. No, you fucking don't. Not in real life. What were we saying? What was that? Well, it's just a character.
Okay, then who are you? I should probably say, who are you?
Me?
You.
Why
yes,
would I say?
you.
Why would I talk about me? I'm not that important.
You're in the guest seat, so that means you are important right now.
Yeah. Let me switch. Hold on. Now would you laugh? Now would you laugh, right? What guest seat? What are you talking about?
Okay, fine. I'll feed into your weird self-hatred, okay? Fine. Sawa and the person behind Sawa, shit. Unimportant, not special. No one.
Anything else?
I don't know. I'm very bad at insulting people. Okay.
Sawa's just a character that takes all my loud thoughts that are in my head and releases them.
Oh wait, you're like Puerto Rican. How are you not loud in real life?
I'm just not.
Heritage, Sawa. Your heritage.
I forgot about that. Yeah, the heritage. Oh no, the heritage. I'm supposed to be going around with a knife or something? I don't know. Knife and a flag?
Is it a knife? Is that the stereotype?
Yeah.
God damn. You need to get that
Call
knife autism where you collect like 50
the
of
Puerto
them.
Rican credit card is a knife.
Wait, what's the lore with the Puerto Rican credit card?
What do you mean?
What does that mean?
What do you mean?
You know, I guess I better not ask. You know, you can keep that secret to yourself.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, keep your credit card in your pocket.
What?
Okay, one last question. Are you ready? One last one. If you could tell the world one thing, what would it be?
I don't know. I never thought about that. Hold on, let me think. Save 10% right now using code SAWAGRAPESUMMER at dragonstreasure.com. Yeah,
Beautiful.
I think that would be it.
Beautiful. At least you didn't say something like depressing, how you're gonna like kill yourself or something. Like the other two.
Why would I can't kill myself. No, God does not like that.
I can't believe the one thing you would do, say to the world, is the shield. I see how you are. It's all about money. It's all about money.
Yeah.
It was never about the fun. It was about the code on the T
it's
website.
never about the fun. No.
Oh, wow, you
You'll
really
know
were
when
evil.
it's not about the fun when I'm gone.
Okay, fuck, how do we end this? I don't know. Wanna chill yourself more than you did earlier? Like, say who you
No.
are?
No.
Anything planned?
Let's see.
Anything in the pipeline?
Oh my gosh, why did I get so big?
I don't know, you're scrolling.
Boy.
You don't wait for the camera, you're gonna smudge it, you're gonna get your breath on it.
Boy.
My expensive camera. Okay.
I hope I stream more. I just need to stream more. I feel like. Well, other than that, I don't have any. Let me think. Do I have anything?
Any like games you want to play? Any stream ideas or anything like that?
I want to try to finish Higurashi. It's gonna take forever. But
Anything after that, or are you just focused on that?
I'm just focused on this. I'm trying to make a timeline too. trying to make a map.
Map of what?
Higurashi and the plot and the lore.
Oh. Oh no, the chart autism got to you.
Yeah, it did. It did. I want to collab with more VTubers, but I think they're intimidated by me, so I kind of like gave up on that front. Maybe I'll try again.
Usually if you have a topic, like a collab idea, time and date, people are more down. But I know time and date's kind of hard for you right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully you can collab more. And people will actually want to collab with you and not like say yes and then die in the replies.
And then die. No. Yeah, many such cases.
Well, thank you, Sawa, for coming on and being asked a bunch of weird questions and yapping for way too long.
It was fun, thank you.
Yes, check out Sawa, even though I'm pretty sure anyone watching knows
No.
who Sawa is.
No.
Okay, don't check her out. She hates you.
Yeah.
She does it all for money. She's
right.
very evil.
Yep.
Get filtered, as the kids say. I don't know how to end these. Besides just saying bye. Just scream bye or something. Unless you want to say anything else.
Bye 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 bye. You don't have like a song?
No.
Maybe you're not an idol?
Idolu. Idolu.
I thought I heard you singing once.
No, never.
Okay. Maybe I just
No, never.
dreamed it.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
And I don't have an intro or outro for this. And I'm keeping all this in. And I'm gonna end it now. Goodbye. Bye. Bye.